Whoa.
Whoa, Steven's upside down.
Never seen the side of you, Steven.
Just
Why is it so dark in there?
I haven't turned my light on yet.
Playing scary Doom in there?
Yes.
Why is the bed all fucked up?
I slept in there.
Did you get kicked out of the master bed?
One of those nights?
No, if I play games late at night, I just pass out in there.
Since when you been playing games at night?
I played Fallout 4 the other day.
Did you beat Fallout 4 the same night?
Fuck no. I got to the settlers.
Don't do anything with the settlement building.
Oh, I found the settlement, people.
The settlement building is a complete waste of time. Do not touch it.
I don't like those games. It's too scary.
Is it because it's not Minecraft?
It's not a comedy.
It's not a comedy.
It actually is a comedy.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It's very funny.
Solid.
It's very satirical.
That's what we're here for, satire.
Oh, yeah? Mr. Hairy Chest?
That's right, baby. You should see my ass.
Show it.
And it's white. It's all white, dude. Like, I'm all white all over.
Your dream.
That's called cum.
Oh. Too much cum stains.
If we were to go back to 14-year-old Angel, where's the weirdest place we would have found a cum stain in your room?
Aquarium.
The aquarium.
What?
Don't make it weird, man. It's cool. The jellyfish are in there. It's dark. It's magical. There's like black lights in there. It's cool. But then you had like you panic all of a sudden because the black lights are highlighting things.
Like that MTV show.
Oh, is it just me?
Remember that Room Raiders, or what was it called?
Yeah.
Room Raiders.
Yeah.
All right, let it be known that when Angel was 14, he cummed in aquariums.
That's
Ew.
not as it started shit.
You didn't deny it, so
No, I did not come in a fucking aquarium, okay?
it's too late.
No.
You have a
I'm not.
30-second window to deny something, or else it's true.
Where's that written?
Oh, are
God.
we talking about weird places we've come?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So which ass is the weirdest ass you've came in, Steven?
I've never been inside of an asshole.
His own.
Because you're too big.
Too big. Too girthy.
Yeah. That happens.
I've tried. Not for a lack of trying, Chris. Get the finger in there just fine.
Why is that a point? I feel like, see, it's the same.
Of course.
Hey, Steven, can I ask you a question?
Or is it because she was just so nice?
Anyway, so my...
Yeah. Are you playing Doom?
I'm not playing Doom. I've played Doom before.
Are you playing a video game right now?
No.
No issue if you're not. If you are, no problem.
No games. Why?
Ryan says if anyone's playing video games while we're recording, he's quitting.
Okay. What? Because you're jealous? You're jealous? Bro?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. I got to close my door. I don't want to be too loud. Hold on.
Oh, I love when you get in trouble. Did you cut your hair, Steven?
Did you cut your hair, Steven?
Yes.
We're supposed to slick back our hair tomorrow on Sunday.
It's
Saturday.
still long. I could do it.
All right.
I only chop the sides because the sides, I'm older now. The stuff on top doesn't grow like the sides. So I got to cut the sides to like balance things out.
I feel like every week you're complaining about a midlife crisis issue.
I'm not complaining. I think I like my hair a lot better like this. I'm just too lazy to get my hair cut.
Did you do that?
Yeah, I cut my own hair. I've cut my own hair for like years. Unless it's like a special event, then I'll go to a barber.
That's freaking awesome.
See, Angel, when there's not a whole lot up there, it's a lot easier to do.
There's enough, Chris. There's enough.
You look like you got a full set. Yeah, Brittany does mine.
It's not as full as it was growing up. It's slowly going, but slowly enough that I'm happy with my life. I always thought if I made it to 40 with some hair left, I'd be happy, and then I could just go.
At least you have brown hair still.
I thought you were born with the white hair. It's part of like a thing.
It is a thing. It's getting worse.
My buddy Mike was the same way. Growing up, he had a white patch like since like freshman year of high school that he got so much shit for. And I think it was just hereditary. It wasn't like premature graying. It was just in one specific spot. But then now we're like close to 40. That gray is spreading. I'm like, dude, I'll dye my hair, dude. If I was like super bald, I honestly would probably wear a toupee. And you know what? I'm like changing my thoughts on it all. Because it used to be like the stigma of, oh, you wear a toupee. And people would get pissed off about it. Like, oh, the guy wears a toupee. Ha, look at him. Fucking bully the shit out of him. But like, turn it around. Girls will do anything to cover up what their face looks like. They'll wear the makeups. They'll put on the filters. Every Instagram or TikTok post has everything altered. Why can't a dude put on a piece of hair if it makes him feel better about himself?
Yeah.
True.
It looks really good now. Like the stuff that the hair systems, like it shows up on my TikTok a lot. Like dudes that are completely bald that get like a hair system and it like looks just like real hair with like a little thinning here and there too. Like it's not a cheesy looking fake toupee. And I was like, oh, how far we've come.
I'm going to ask you a second question.
Yeah.
Have you done your mewing today?
I don't know what mewing is. I heard about it that kids do it. You
haven't done your face maxing?
I don't know. Maybe I should.
We should all face masks.
I kind of just like conceded to the fact that I don't need to be fuckable anymore. If I ever,
what?
You know, like as long as I'm okay. But like, you know, the pressure, like sometimes I do feel that pressure of like, oh, you need to be like, but like then like you need to be hot or this or that, or you need to be able to be like pulling bitches and all that shit. And you're like, but like, look, I have a kid now and I'm married, and it's like, what's the effort for? What's the effort? I work out now, and it's not even for aesthetics. I work out so my fucking heart doesn't blow up.
What a mature man.
Like,
hell yeah.
Although when you go to the gym, it does wake up certain parts of your body.
Your ass?
Well, because you're suddenly in an environment where like everybody's competing, right? Like there's like a lot of men competing, like, or like that environment of men trying to be buff and shit. And then there's girls there that are all dressed in like hoe ass shit, and it's just primal. So just I feel like it like wakes up things inside you that you haven't felt in a while. You're like, oh, I need to get buff. Anyways.
Yes. It's kind of like in my office, myself and one of the other guys said like, oh, well, we're just going to do this like small workout in the morning. And I think there's up to like 9 people doing it now. And when I came in this week, they're like, Chris, dude, you got to get on some creatine. I was like, dude, what is creatine? I take protein powder. Like, no, man, you need creatine, and then you need like ancient grains or something else.
Ooh, ancient grains.
Creatine is like, it's a supplement kind of like in the protein family that puts water and all kinds of good stuff in your muscles to make you look super buff.
Oh, okay.
But it also says something about like working out.
It's the good kush.
And, like when, I don't know, there's like pre-workout. I don't know, there's a lot of like garbage I'd be scared to put in my body.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know who somebody was telling me, and I don't know how true this is. They're like, oh, cancer rates among like young people are skyrocketing, this and this and that. What do you think it is? And I'm like, I don't know. Like all the stuff that we get marketed on social media, like that no one checks, that they just put in their body. Like every trend is like, oh, put this supplement or put this powder, and like, you know, some celebrity fucking puts their label on some bullshit from China and then they sell it. Like nobody's checking this shit to see what the fuck is in it before we're just ingesting it. Hey, take this pre-workout. It slaps, bro. It fucking gets you thumping. It's like you don't even know what's in that pre-workout. Like Jake Paul made an energy drink. Like what the fuck is in it? You know, like they're like, oh yeah, there's all kinds of PFAs and all these weird stuff in it. I'm like, yeah, because there's no check and balance. You could sell anything. Whatever. Cancer shows up in 15 years. That's 15 years from now. Who gives a fuck? You know, like I don't know. That's my thing.
Hell yeah. Prime is delicious. All right, let's get this started. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 43. We are the greatest entertainment in the world, guaranteed, or I'll come to your house like the colonist I am and start spilling tea in your bathtub.
Come to my house.
Yeah.
Dirty boy.
Well, Angel's not allowed near my aquarium ever again.
I heard he comes in aquariums. It's a problem.
Yeah, that's the rumor. Now, we start every episode with a question that gets the boys living La Vida Loca. I'm going to introduce each cowboy in turn. They'll say hello and answer a question. They're going to go in the perfect order, and I can't stress this enough. It is the perfect order. Now, before we ask the question, call to action. Like, subscribe, follow, and leave a comment. Answer along with the boys. We'll pick your favorite answer, and you'll get a prize, TBD. You can also send us your email at CoinOp-cowboyspod@gmail.com. We love reading and reacting to your feedback, so say hi. Let us know if you like the show. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Beautiful.
Whenever I hear that on the playback of prize TBD, I don't know you're saying TBD. I'm like, what is a TBD?
To be determined.
I know, but like, I'm an idiot and I hear TBD. I'm like, what's a TBD? Well, I want that prize. Then I'm like, I'm retarded. Okay, cool.
And it's all good. All right. Now that question, gentlemen, for this afternoon, this evening, it's the evening time. It's a scenario. You are with your partner performing extravagant feats of coitus. I mean, they're going to be writing books about your performance. So what is the worst thing you can say just as you're about to arrive?
Again, as you're about to pop on those vinegar strokes.
That's right. Right as you release that butter. So going first in the perfect order.
What was the question again? When it's about to happen, what you say?
You be fucking your partner, mate. You be fucking your partner. And right as about you come, right as about you about to come. What do you say? What's the worst thing you could say? Right as about your unload in her discoloration.
What is the worst thing you could say?
The worst thing you can say. I'll give you guys a minute to kind of mull it over.
I don't need a minute.
You're first. So perfect. All right. Going first. First thing, first to the perfect order is Ryan.
Angel, before I introduce myself, I have an important question for you.
Okay.
Has anybody written in about the status of my nipples?
No.
It's disappointing. Fuck all you. Fuck all of you. This is your favorite cowboy, Ryan. And you've all disappointed me week in and week out, CoinOp-ians.
Wow, we've seen this before.
You said they were fine, and there's nothing to be nervous about.
Just check in. It deserves a check in.
Can I touch them?
No. But anyway, you want to know what the worst thing to say is?
Yes.
Angel.
Why would that be the worst thing? That would be like a godsend. Scream my name. I guess it would be awkward. Oh, very good. Thank you, Ryan. Sorry, I heard a terrible one and I assumed it was Steven. Next up in the perfect order is Chris.
All right. What up, CoinOp-ians? Got a great episode. It's going to happen. It's going to get real guilty. It's going to be fantastic. But, what came to my mind in this situation is actually nothing organically that I could think of myself. But one thing is I have a friend of mine that has a very specific term that he uses when this time comes. And, I'm not quite sure where to go with it. So I think this is the perfect platform to throw it out there and see what everyone thinks about it. So he's getting into it. He's like, and he goes, "Are you ready for your hot beef injection?" ? I
don't know who that is, and I don't think that's real. Because anybody who says that doesn't have sex. They don't have sex.
Who says that?
I guarantee they don't have sex.
I guess you have to find out. It's actually I think he's one of the listeners on the podcast. So hey, Mr. Hot Beef Injection, when you hear that, please email us in and let us know.
I don't believe anybody's ever said that 100%. In real life.
100%. Because now it's like a running joke that I hear from him.
Okay. Hey, that would be terrible to say.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't set the mood or anything, right? Like I just don't know if it was trying to be like a funny haha. Maybe amongst guys, that would probably be about it.
Probably.
I don't believe it.
We'll say who it is, and we might believe it.
Yeah. Air out his dirty laundry.
There you go.
His meat injection.
What does the name sound like without calling them out?
It sounds like Harry.
I'll delete this, Chris.
No.
Yep.
Harry
with a P.
Wait.
Anybody I don't
that's their last name?
First
like
name.
honestly, if that's true and they say that, that's
Harry?
I don't know if I can keep being friends with that person.
Who is this? Harry?
That is just so
Harry?
cringe. Why would anybody think that's a good idea to say that? Here comes your meat injection.
No.
You know what's worse is the person that like puts up with it.
Hot beef or hot meat injection. Probably hot meat. That makes more sense.
Neither one. They're both equally terrible.
Most respectable people would never put up with that comment. If you're a woman and your man goes, "Time for your hot beef injection," and you still let him fuck you, you're the problem. You're the problem. You need to put that guy in timeout and say, "I'm not letting you fuck me if you're going to say something so fucking stupid." Like, that's not happening. I'm going to say it next time. Next time in bed, I'm going to tell my wife that I'm going to give her a hot beef injection, and I guarantee I'll be jerking off.
Dude,
on the
but
couch.
definitely do it at like the. Definitely do it at the most prime opportunity. Like, you don't really lead with that. Like, "Hey, I was thinking of taking my clothes off for a hot beef injection. What do you think?" You gotta wait for the pinnacle moment and just see what the reaction is.
Well, Chris, I think you have identified one of the worst things you can say pre or towards the end of sex. So, congratulations.
I'm the wiener.
Yeah. I don't even want to go now.
Am I isolating that audio? I'm the wiener. All right. Thank you so much, Chris. I like when, after you kind of hinted towards the name, Orion and Steven kind of immediately shifted to like, oh my God, I can't believe he says that. I can't.
No, I have no idea who it is.
No, he doesn't know. I know who it is, and I think it's a joke. There's no way.
Who is it?
All right.
I'll tell you. I'll text it to you.
When you guys are pillow talk.
Shower photos.
Yeah, we text while we're in bed together. We're like too like embarrassed to like look each other in the eyes, so we just text.
That's gay. All right. Next up in the perfect order is Steven.
Hello, all you people out there. I was going to say good morning, but then I was like, but it might not be morning. It might be like afternoon for them, or it might be night. I don't know. So hello, whatever time it is, to all you people out there listening to us jokers talk about stupid shit for an hour and a half. The question, I think, because I was paying attention, but I'm like suffering from early onset dementia, was what's the worst thing that you can say as you're about to come?
Yep.
I don't actually want to say what I think is the worst thing that I can say. I feel like every once in a while my wife goes, oh, I listened to your episode, which isn't all the time. It's like one every 5.
Roll the dice, Steven. Roll the dice.
Well, you're not going to say it, obviously, but it would be the worst thing.
Just roll the
The
dice.
fact that it could even pop in my head, I feel like, is what... Okay.
I can't trust myself. I need holy water.
Say the weird thing.
Say the weird thing.
I feel like the worst thing you could say is the name of somebody else, and I will withhold the names that I think would be the absolute worst that you could say.
Angel.
But when it's time for me to drop the load, it is not. I don't go through names. I don't say name. I'm not like a name guy. Like during it either. Like I'm not like, oh yeah, so and so, like take it or anything. Like, I don't know. I feel like you're risking a lot if you're gonna play the name game during the bedroom sessions.
Interesting.
I feel like you're really risking it, especially if you're dating and you're not like necessarily with like one continuous partner for a while and you're kind of like in and out of relationships. Playing the name game during fucking, dude, you're really like playing Russian roulette. You're gonna say the wrong name.
Has that ever?
I've been called the wrong, not during sex, but I have been called the wrong name by like a few partners. Yeah, and it's like weird. It'll be like during like something random, like you're just like fighting and they'll like draw, and it's early on, right? It's not like fucking 4 years into the shit or even like a year into the shit. It's like early on, the first few months. The way it was explained to me was like we were fighting and I fought with my ex a lot and like it just came out. That was how it was explained to me when I was like, because like we were fighting and then like they like said the other person's name whilst fighting. So they like, maybe that's just their bullshit way of getting out of it. Oh, I used to fight with them all the time. So like we're fighting and like, it just came out, like, I'm sorry. And of course I'm a fucking retard when it comes to love. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's just totally reasonable. Oh yeah, it's okay. Call me whatever name you want. It's fine.
Cool.
Okay, so yeah, the worst thing you could say to your partner is
another name,
somebody else's name, and the person probably the name that would hurt the most would be unique to your partner. But yeah, an ex or like a family member, or just like something awful.
Now, Steven, would you say they were not able to say your name correctly because it was just a like one-time fling or something, and you were the person they were flinging with?
Yeah, something like that. That would be like. I don't know if there's recovery from that. Because why would a fucking name show up in the bedroom? Like why would it even come across your mind? I get it, your ex. You can at least, it's gonna hurt, but you can at least explain it. You're like, like fucking, I'm a dumbass. But if you bring up someone totally unrelated, it's like, oh well, you just ousted yourself, brother.
True. Ryan.
Angel.
What was Ryan's answer to this question?
Angel.
Oh, can't say angel. Oh,
Yeah,
angel.
the worst thing that anyone can say in his mind is anyone screaming my name. Because, of course, a night remembered forever.
I was surprised. I was surprised you guys kept it so PG. Like I was totally expecting the one like the you could wake up now, or like really good. Yeah. Okay, can we? Can we put it back in the morgue now, please? Thanks.
I expect that from Steven. Mr. Ryan's uncle. Yikes.
Angel. I'm
Yeah,
interested
yeah.
to hear yours.
You want to hear mine, dude?
Uh-huh.
You want to hear, bro? You want to go? No. Can you imagine? No. It's hold on. Oh no. Oh God. Here comes the Boston cream pie. Oh, that'd be the worst. Boston cream pie. I think it is. These two can't even fucking comment on it, and it's fine.
Wait. So hot beef injection is frowned upon, but Boston cream pie totally acceptable. Is it because it's classy?
I had a cream-filled donut the other day.
I did. Boston cream, yes.
And then I had the other one, and I thought it was delicious.
They are delicious.
I hope that brought back fond memories.
Yes.
Yeah, we went to like a random.
Did you guys get it for a good price?
We finally found one in Big Bear, and it ended up being really freaking good. Like classic donut shop, like nothing gourmet, just your
You can't
classic
have a
Asian
gourmet donut. That really bothers me.
No,
You're really
there
grinding
is-
my gears. That's like when people talk about having gourmet pizza. It doesn't exist.
I hear you, but
Don't
there's a
church it
place
up.
near your house. There's a place near your house that I want you to go try.
Is it duck donuts? Duck donuts?
Sidecar.
I've had sidecar.
Did you get their
fine.
like right? Sidecar is good. I don't get anything too gourmet there though. I just get what's their classic one? It sounds kind of gross, but it's really good. Like
Aren't all donuts made by hand?
they're deep fried, like batter.
Well, I mean, okay, so all of them, right? So they're all made the same way. What makes it gourmet?
Gourmet. So I'm gonna send
Nothing.
a link.
A higher
Gourmet.
price.
Where
I
it
agree,
is.
because they're all made the same.
No, they're not made the same way.
Like I hate when they throw like bacon on top of donuts and shit like that. Don't church up the fucking donut.
I
Throw
forgot how
some
to share my
frosting on
screen.
top of the bread, and that's as fancy as you can get. Don't throw fucking cookies on there.
Okay.
So you got two type of donuts. You got the one that's like it's your atypical like round donut with like a white frosting and sprinkles on it, and it's like a cake donut is the way they describe it, kind of like a thicker, almost like a pound cake donut. And then you have the ones that you get from like Stater Brothers that has these big air pockets in it, so it's more like a hollow, big fluffy donut that as you take a bite, it just decreases.
Oh, grocery store donuts are trash donuts.
I agree.
That is correct. I just don't know why. I don't know why regular donut places sell donuts that are on the same tier as a grocery store donut.
Me too. Everything. My favorite fucking Krispy Kreme, dude. The best.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That is a good one. It's ironic. That one's kind of the best of both worlds because it's not really a cake donut, but it's the perfect size that it doesn't decrease a lot.
Look at this trash donut Steven brought up. It's got a cookie in the middle of it.
These donuts are, and I somewhat agree with Ryan. These ones are all like super fantastic. This butter and salt one, not gourmet, right? This butter and salt one is the best donut I've ever had in my life, and I can't attest to like a lot of the bullshit, but
Whoa,
the
what's
butter
this?
and salt.
Go back down, Steven. What is this one? The malasada? It's only available on Mondays.
The malasada.
What the fuck is that? Open that.
What makes is it because it's leftover Sunday menudo?
Fuck's a malasada donut.
I don't know.
I want to try
You
it.
Google it.
Let's see. They also have locations. There's one right next to Ryan.
Ain't that fat bitch.
Costa Mesa.
What did you just say, Angel? What
looking
the
at
fuck
that
did
fat
you just say?
Don't trust a skinny donut chef.
That's true.
A masala donut is a Hawaiian pastry,
Go to the one in Costa Mesa. It's probably 10 minutes from your house, Ryan.
Okay.
and they look like they're just a little bit of sugar on the outside, and the inside is cream filled.
Torrance? Torrance, that's where I'm from. That area. Go back to where you going?
Torrance.
Torrance. What's the cross streets?
It looks like Crenshaw and Pacific.
Oh, dude, that's really okay. I'm going there.
Just try it. I think your wife will be happy. Your kids will be happy because they have like really cool looking donuts.
Can't wait to overpay for these donuts.
Wait, so I had this disagreement with my wife, and I was hoping I can settle it on the air. You guys think we got a moment to do that?
Sure, you're wrong, Chris.
You have a family, you have your loved ones, your partner, all that good stuff. and you're out and about and you're like, I'm going to bring donuts home. What is the correct quantity of donuts to bring home?
A dozen.
Dozen. Okay.
1 dozen.
Cool. We'll put a pin in that.
Hey, Chris does not seem happy about this.
You don't agree.
Ryan is wrong. Okay, next.
Dozen.
Everyone's a dozen donuts. Oh my goodness. Okay,
Steven, what do you?
So like when my wife and I were just first dating, even before we had kids, I would go and I would just get 2 donuts, and I'd be like, look, I got the one you like, and I got the one I like, and we can eat our donuts together. And it was like low key, she was about to throw it at me. She was so unbelievably bothered. She's like, where's the rest of them? I said,
So just the 2
we
of
only
you?
need 2 right now. Yeah, it was just 2 of us. I just got
for
2
the
donuts.
2 of you, I could agree with 2 donuts.
Okay. So,
But if you have
had
a family of 4, you bring home a dozen donuts.
Okay. So she said apparently when she was a kid, her dad's guilty pleasure, actually it'd be kind of everyone enjoyed it, but it'd be like, oh, I hope dad brings donuts home. But dad would bring donuts home and they would eat it over the next few days. Now, me personally, like day number 2, that donut is really heading downhill. And by day number 3, I'm not quite sure if it's the same anymore, especially if it like sweats a little bit. Like I feel like all the frosting comes off.
I feel like
day 3
donuts
is
are
still acceptable.
day 1 is the only time you eat a donut. The next day,
No,
they're
day 3 is
fucked up.
acceptable. Unless if it has filling, I won't touch it. But most donuts are still good after.
I feel like the filling would be the only good thing left. Like
No.
Chris said, like it sweats and it gets mushy, and
Nah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
you leave them out or you put them in the fridge.
Put them in the fridge.
Donuts? Yeah.
But back in the day, a dozen donuts used to be pretty cheap.
Yeah, I think they still are if you have like a cool mom and pop place.
The one by my
Nearby.
house, it's like it goes up every time. I always pick them up for my team. It used to be $15, then it was $15.50, then it became $16, and then $16.50. Now it's like $17.50 for a dozen donuts.
It's too damn high.
Too damn high. There is a Winchell's near my house that's 24 hours a day, and we always comment on it when we drive by.
What?
Like, how do you think they're making donuts all night long, Angel?
No.
Probably when they make the donuts is during the nighttime, so they're ready for early morning. So they're just like, fuck it, we're here. Might as well just be open.
I think Winchells are disgusting. I can't believe they're still in business.
Did you say Wiener Schnitzel?
Yes, Wiener Schnitzel and Winchells.
Oh, I love the Wiener Schnitzel.
Are we talking about? So same thing. Apparently, I'm having this donut feud about not bringing the proper quantity of donuts, and then I'd be like, "Oh, hey, like, do you want to go get dinner or something tonight?" And she'd be like, "Oh, dude, one of my favorite places right down the street." I'm like, "All right, sure, yeah, let's go." She drove me to Wiener Schnitzel.
That's weird.
So apparently, Wiener Schnitzel is probably in her top 5. And it wouldn't surprise me if she threw it around as her like top 1, 2, or 3 fast food places.
I agree with that. Wiener Schnitzel is severely underrated. They have they have the best French fries.
No, false.
No.
Yes.
And are we
No.
doing this now, or are we saving this conversation for later?
We're going to say this
That is true.
for later because I
Yeah.
still need to say thank you, everyone, for your answers. And everyone listening, go ahead and give us your best because apparently we missed it. I really thought this was a good question. I'm disappointed.
Well, I just know I could, if we were just hanging out, I could probably give you a better answer.
it could get wild, but there's definitely things that I could regret on the air.
Yeah, for sure.
True. Steven, you're still good for what do you think about, because I didn't see your comment for episode 50.
Oh, I didn't answer on purpose. I'm good with it.
Oh, okay. Why didn't you answer on purpose?
Just didn't want to. I don't know. I get lazy.
Okay. All right.
I'm in the middle of a fucking long fantasy football draft, and my focus is all on that.
Fantasy football already?
If it makes you feel better, Steven is unable to keep up in apparently any of his group
Oh,
chats.
yeah.
Because all I hear is, I didn't see it. Where did this come from? And also there's like 90 messages. Give me a TLDR.
It happens a lot. Does anybody actually go back and start reading through everything? I feel like
No, I always just fucking
you just wing it like I do.
Yeah.
You're just like, if there's anything
Very
important, they would
rarely.
have tagged me.
even then.
No, I do mostly. I do mostly, and I skim over our messages. I saw you said that you wanted to do the 50th episode in person. I'm totally down with that. So we just got to talk about scheduling because
Cool.
that's always a big deal. But
August 8th.
pastrami sandwiches too soon?
I was gonna say that in the chat.
Much too soon, but yes.
Listen, that
Definitely
is
do
the
it.
time to do it because you know what? We'll be ready for it, and we're gonna like do it really well because we fucked it up the first time. So it's gonna be It's gonna be tits, bro.
Alicia sent me a TikTok of the Busy Bee restaurant, and I said, "Listen, overrated,
No, how dare you? CB is one of
very
the
overrated.
staples
I've
of
had
California.
Busy Bee multiple times, and it's overrated. And you know its number one sin, Angel?
What?
They don't take credit card.
You're annoying, dude.
Those are the
It's
best
fucking
places.
garbage. No, it's
So
fucking
annoying.
garbage.
Cash
If
only,
you're fucking
you're
take
annoying.
a fucking credit card, it's legal tender. You piece of shit.
It's a delicious sandwich. I feel
Oh,
like
fuck
you're one of those
off.
people that
You
complain
can
in the
fuck right
comments
off.
for fucking Amazon.
They have credit cards. I guarantee they have credit cards. They probably use credit cards to buy products to use in their fucking store, but they won't
Probably.
take my credit card. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself.
That's rude.
Oh, but you have an ATM in your dining room that I can get cash from that you'll make money off of. Go fuck yourself. Go
Hey,
I
that's
think you're
fuck off.
missing the most obvious reason is because A, they're laundering money. Also, they have to pay a fee to use credit cards, and
That's
they're
good. Go
cheap.
fuck off. Good. Go fuck off.
You would do that.
Every
No, I
place that
wouldn't.
every
Yeah, you
place that I've
would.
been to that's cash only is the best place I've been to.
You're
Like my
full of
favorite
shit.
pizza place is cash only. It is, and it's to this day. And my favorite like frozen yogurt place, this is weird. It's like a nostalgic thing. It's cash only.
If I walk into a restaurant and it's cash only, I turn right the fuck around.
Whatever. See you. We don't need you there anyways.
It's
Making
out
a
of
line.
spite. And then they go out of business and I smile.
Dude, they're like the busiest places too.
They've been in business for like 40 years.
It's always some stuffy ass, grumpy old owner that doesn't want to change. It's always the same reason, or they're laundering money, which I don't know. I feel like they could still launder money. Even
Next
if they
time I
took credit
find a
cards.
place that's cash only, I'm just gonna shit on the countertop and walk out.
You would, you fucking freak.
You're a menace.
Based on
This is
stories I've
why.
heard, that's a fully realistic scenario.
Carl.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, Carl, now it's time for... before the mailbag, anybody got any bones? Or do you want to hear the mailbag first? It's up to you. Dealer's choice.
I have no bones this week. I'll be honest.
Oh, just
I had a
isn't it?
bone. I can't remember my bone.
Son of a bitch.
Let's do the mailbag and we'll do bones after.
All right, mailbag first. All right, mailbag. We got a couple. Okay. Slow down a little bit.
Angel didn't have time to write him this week.
Son of a bitch. This one's this is an email from Megan. Now you recall Megan.
Why is it always women?
Megan
they like-
Megan is a saint, and she
shit.
had a
Angel's full
real
of
question last time. And
No,
Ryan
she
pooped all over it.
liked my segment.
Megan commented on Steven's segment about switching majors.
Yes, that was the one, and I gave her good advice, and everybody else was pooping on her.
Like
so
Megan's a return writer.
she was the accountant. She switched to accounting, and her parents didn't like it. And I said, "Why wouldn't your parents like it? That's a really good degree to get." And you just pooped on it.
Yeah, you know, Ryan, if you cared about your listeners, they might care to write in again.
This is true.
Carl.
I care about you.
Wasn't there a Kevin? Wasn't there a Kevin I shit on too?
There was,
Yeah, the
yeah.
Panera Bread guy.
Kevin was the Panera Bread.
Oh yeah.
I think Carl is the Panera Bread. Kyle is it was your first. Okay.
Carl.
Kyle said Ryan was a menace and Steven's funny.
That's true.
Carl.
So, hello, Cowboys. Thank you for reading my email. Really cool to hear your response, as much as I didn't like Steven's answer for being toxic.
What?
My parents don't hate me. They're really cool people who are paying for my education and were upset that I decided to switch the end of my junior year. That's another 3 years they have to pay for now. Now they're really supportive and
Fuck
heard me
you,
out.
Megan. Pay for your own school.
They were cool.
Okay.
My mom was
Defense.
excited to have a doctor in the family, but ultimately wants me to be happy. Just a hard situation I wanted to share. By the way, I showed them your segment, and they're not big fans of you. They
Okay,
think-
listen,
they think- let me
Megan.
finish.
I don't
They
want
think-
Megan to write it ever again. She's a freeloader.
They think you talk gay, but really aren't, if that helps. Both mom and dad do have a favorite cowboy. Can you guess who it is? I know Angel reads the email, so I include the answer under the signature.
It's gonna be me.
Definitely Cowboy Chris.
And guess what? Parents of Megan, fuck your daughter. She's a freeloader.
Who's the favorite? It's like for sure Angel's his writing.
Hey, Steven.
What?
Do you think Megan is that chick that lived across the street?
No.
She have graduated by now? No, she wasn't trying to be a
I
doctor,
already
so that balances.
wrote it, didn't I? No.
All right,
Yeah,
hold
I
on.
wrote it in
I
the
think
corner.
Okay, what's going on?
Okay, listen, Angel. Everybody person that writes in is like insinuating I'm gay. You're like inserting this in everything. It's a little obvious. And first of all, Megan, listen, you left out key facts in your original mail. You just said, hey, I'm switching majors and my parents are pissed off. That's like all they said. They didn't say like, oh, my parents are super sweet and they've been paying for all of my college and I'm almost about to graduate, but then I threw a curveball at them and saying, nope, I'm switching majors 3 years into my fucking education they're paying for. Hello, you can't do that and then call me the asshole. You're the asshole for leaving out that information. Got it? Got it, Megan? You little slut. You don't fucking talk to me like that. Show your parents that.
Pay for your own college. Get a job.
Show your parents this segment. Show them that. Yeah.
The work experience will mean more than your paper degree.
You raised a little bitch of a daughter. Just kidding. Is that the most offensive thing you can say? I'm trying.
No. She's real good at accounting, Steven. She knows how to she counts those ones on the stage.
Yeah. Look, they raised an indecisive whore of a daughter.
Yeah, all right, guys. Shut the fuck
up. Now, who are Megan's parents? Which cowboy?
Yeah.
Can you guys guess?
Me.
I have the okay.
Cowboy Chris.
Chris? Who is it?
It's probably gonna be a nun. Like
oh,
none of
no,
us.
Chris. Who do you think is the favorite?
Oh, I said it would be me.
Okay, Cowboy Chris. Cool.
Because I was the one that said, I'm sorry, Cowboy Chris, in referring to myself in the third person, because I only said nice things to her.
Oh,
I said nice things.
Steven, who do you think her parents' favorite cowboy is?
I could give a fuck.
Cool. You want to guess?
Dang, you make it really get under Steven's nerves.
No,
I like this, Megan.
Because last two episodes, he's like, "Where's the hate mail, dude? Where the fuck? I want the chaos. I thrive in the chaos."
Bullshit. Because Megan set me up. She's a bitch. She set me up for failure. She gave me half the story, and when I gave her really good advice, she fucking tells me I'm an asshole because I didn't fucking read her mind or look into my crystal ball to see that her parents were actually nice people paying for her college and pissed off because their wishy-washy daughter switched her major at the last second. Dude, figure your shit out, Megan. You're all over the place.
Yikes.
All right. If I was your parents, I would have fucking cut you off.
You want to guess?
Her favorite fucking cowboy is probably Chris or Ryan because it's the least likely to turn their daughter inside out because they're little bitches. They know if I came around, my questionably straight dick is going to pillage that pussy.
Go ahead, Angel.
Jesus Christ. Ryan because, quote, he not afraid to tell Steven, fuck you.
Hey, Ryan. Fuck you, Ryan.
Why does this person write like a second grader?
Yeah. Apparently, I don't even know what college she's in. It's probably one of those like unaccredited like Christian colleges that like don't even require anything other than a pulse to be in and like $20,000 a month.
Oh. I briefly dated a girl that went to a Christian college, Steven, and guess
unaccredited.
What? Them titties ain't retarded.
Hey, you know what? Those Catholic schoolgirls are the freakiest. Anyways, Megan, I'm saying that all in jest. Have a good life. I'm
Carl.
I can't wait to hear your next mail about how I was so toxic in my response this time. If you want toxic, I gave it to you. At least I'm earning it.
It's probably a picture of Jasmine, Steven.
Hey, ChatGPT, get your shit together. Megan's a shitty NPC. Let's go.
Yikes. All right. Well, there you go.
Megan,
thank you for writing in. Appreciate your email. Thanks for writing in. Next up, email from Colby. Howdy, cowpokes. Listen to episode 40 where Chris talks about making decisions and having a council of people to discuss big decisions.
This is the Steven Chew.
I've listened to your advice on the podcast, and it's all really good stuff.
Rude like Megan.
It's fucking loud, dude. It's so rude. I can just delete it. Okay. Yeah. I've listened. You can't fucking take it, dude. I've listened to your advice on the podcast, and it's all really good stuff. But try not to fall asleep as you counsel yourself on those decisions. If anyone catches Chris dozing off, he may be mulling something over. But seriously, love your segments and your advice.
Well,
would love to hear.
Well, now I for sure know that these things are fake.
Angel.
Thanks, Kobe.
Do we have can we give an award for the most boring email ever written, Angel?
Dude, Are we just keep burying? Are we just keep burying all these
guys?
fucking
So
emails?
jealous. So jealous.
We're
You know,
just like,
'cause
you're
see-
wrong, fuck you.
I think Steven and Ryan really enjoy the fart jokes and the giggling and whatnot. But I think there are certain listeners out there that want something with a little more meat on, a little more thought. You know, not just like pooping on the counter at Taco Bell. Like, there's got to be more to life than that. So I'm glad, Kobe. I'm glad you like it, man. I was actually just talking about the same thing. I was like, you know what? I feel like I need to get another good segment going.
What he
Something
really
to
was
really,
saying is that
really
he
get the
wants
mind
porn
going.
episode 2.0
Titillating.
because he misses me talking about history, Chris teaching history at high school and falling asleep during it. Yeah, that was half my story.
Is that who it was?
It was an episode. It was an episode.
No, that was an episode.
Dude, those are some special memories I got.
No,
That should be our live episode.
We should do
reading our
stand-up
porn
routines.
stories in front of each other.
We should all come with 5 minutes of stand up, and it's just going to be like no laughter, so
To
it'll be
each
like
other.
extra bomb, like extra bomby.
Ooh, that'd be embarrassing.
What's up with that?
So cringe.
What's up with that?
So cringe.
You know, it's funny you guys say that because on so I deleted TikTok off my phone and Reddit because I think I was spending a lot of time on there. But apparently, YouTube also has like a shorts segment, section, and I'm keeping YouTube because it's like, you know, like TikTok was just like little short videos that you flip through real quick. Well, YouTube.
Oh, I thought you said short sex.
Yeah, they have that on YouTube too. But so I was flipping through that and I'm coming across, it looks like this London group. And what they do is they sit at a table and they say jokes to each other. It's just like one-on-one. And if you laugh, you have to take a shot.
Oh, I sent
But
you
then-
guys one of those. It's
Yeah. So-
You Mad or something like that.
Mm-hmm. So ever since that, they're now I'm getting like all of their feeds and they have amazing jokes. Definitely jokes that their whole audience is like, when I say audience, like the other guys who are not playing at the time are just cracking up and I'm laughing out loud too. And the other person's trying to hold it in. So we should do
You have
that.
to like hold water in your mouth
No.
while you do it, and if you spit it out,
I like that. No. It's just if you laugh, you take the shot.
yeah.
If you laugh at all.
Yeah, or in laid out. And you got to keep a straight face. If you can't keep a straight face, then you got to take a shot.
Dude, I'm gonna be so
Yeah.
sober around Chris.
I got some good jokes.
Where do you laugh at your own jokes? Because I laugh at my own jokes quite often.
Then you take a shot.
I think some of the best jokes I have is when I'm poking fun at myself or telling stories of myself. Those are the ones that really hit the spot.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, very good, very good. Yeah, that'll be. I'm down. Let's actually make that one of the segments for episode 50. That should go off for like 5 hours.
You want to invite Megan to the live show so we can have like a live debate?
Megan, come on down. Steven can't let it go. All right.
Well, but she doesn't have a law degree, so she's not going to like debate you. She's just going to be there in case you need CPR.
She doesn't have any degrees. She has half of 2 degrees. What an idiot.
Nice email from Jessica. All right.
Oh, come on,
do it.
Jessica. Hopefully you're a sweetheart and not like that Megan.
This one's for Steven.
Don't be a-
Hello, Steven.
Don't be a man.
Carl.
Hey, Steven, I know you say you're straight, but I know you're gay. Wow. Angel will quit.
Hey, man.
Okay. Jessica. What's her name? Jennifer.
Email from Jessica.
Oh, well, this could be
Hello, Steven.
this could be bad.
Your compatriots on the podcast. Fuck, marry, kill.
Okay. It's so easy. Killing
Sure it is.
killing Angel immediately.
How dare you, you son of a bitch.
I'll marry Chris for his undying devotion and support. And he's got a good job. I could be like a little sugar baby at the house. And then Ryan, I'm just gonna fuck him, but under one condition: slick back hair, wet
All
sloppy
right, you
steaks.
piece of shit.
Well, there you go, Jessica. There's the he's gonna kill me, and
Yeah.
he's gonna fuck the shit out of Ryan like he doesn't already, and Chris, he's gonna marry Chris.
Yeah, we're gonna have a great life together.
Carl.
You know what's ironic? I feel like I don't remember if we actually posed as a gay couple one time, or I think that a girl walked over and thought we were a gay couple at a bar.
It's a good party trick.
So yeah, it works out.
You know what makes women? Yeah, because the whole thing is like women don't want to talk to you because like you're just like a pushy dude. So if you're gay, they like just talk to you, and you're like,
Yeah.
wow, it's that easy. And then you just switcheroo once they think you're cool.
But the best part of that is sometime during the conversation I say, hey, so who do you think is the dude in the situation? And 9 times out of 10, who do you think they say?
You, Chris.
This guy, Steven's always the bitch.
Is that so? You just adopted that a persona, Steven?
Like, I guess I don't know what that means.
I mean, like you're just it's worked so well.
Well, I think this was also before he had facial hair, and I've always been ruggedly handsome, so it just kind of. I mean, we wouldn't even have to talk, and it would just go that way.
Hey, Ryan, have you ever had to pretend to be queer to get laid?
No.
Hell yeah,
I'm
dude.
gonna be honest. I never got laid off that trick.
Yeah.
Just a few makeout sessions.
Okay. Oh, very good. Very good. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. Everyone,
That's all the email? This email sucked.
Thanks, man.
Don't read the emails.
It's funny because
we appreciate all of our submissions.
like 1 or 2 episodes back, Angel was giggling over in the corner as he was responding to emails. So it was probably this big one coming up, and I'm wondering if it was maybe Megan's because he was like, "Oh, we have repeat mail in," and then Steven just torpedoed it.
It was not.
Good luck, Megan.
One that said, "I can't do it. I can't
in.
do it. It's too awful." Something like that.
Did he ever read it?
No, he's still working it.
What?
It's going through its like final revision on ChatGPT.
Yeah,
Sure. Anyways, thank you for writing in. Let's go ahead and go to bones. Anybody got any fucking bones?
I got a bone.
I got a bone.
Ooh.
Well, Steven can bone first, I guess.
Ah.
My bone.
Might be the same thing.
This is that bitch Megan. Little bitch.
Oh.
So angry.
You wanted
it. Would you stop chewing on your goddamn rice cakes?
I was waiting for it to trigger Ryan.
You know that as I was listening to Megan's email, it was like the one and only thing that apparently set Steven into a tornado tailspin was she's like, I didn't like Steven's toxic response. Let me clarify. And that word toxic set Steven's brain going, and he went on this rampage.
Really made me upset because in the moment, I thought I was being pretty genuine in offering good advice. And for her to just like spit on it and say it's toxic, I was like, that's such a fucking female move right there. That's such a female move to fucking twist that shit. You're like just pouring like your genuine caringness out and they shit all over it. It's typical. That's why I fucking made me mad.
Steven, who hurt you? Who hurt you, Steven?
Lots of people.
Toxic masculinity, you know?
Yeah. Well, I got a bone to pick.
Okay.
Let's hear it, bud.
Bitch.
If you're all done, Steven. So have you guys ever been in a line for something you really want to do? Like maybe like Star Wars at Disneyland or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you say you guys ever been like a really long line?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what would you say is the longest line you've been in?
Longest line I've ever been in?
Star Wars at Disneyland.
Yeah.
Ever?
It's some dumb like wait all night to get like an advanced copy.
An hour and a half, 2 hours?
No way. Really?
Yeah.
I really thought you were an all-nighter at GameStop. Yeah.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You seem like you could have gone on like X when it first came out at Six Flags and waited the 3 hours.
No, if I go to an amusement park and the line's like 40 and above, I just go, meh, not for me.
Solid.
Solid.
I mean, I wouldn't want to wait. I've like probably waited that long for a ride, 3 hours.
3 hours. What about you, Angel? Is there a long line you ever been in?
Yeah, the day that some of the most famous Disney rides have opened, I've waited 4.5 hours in line.
Worth it?
Oh yeah. You kidding me? Have you been on the Cars ride? It's fabulous.
Yes.
I have not.
I've waited 20 minutes.
I won't go on that ride because every time I go to Disneyland, it's like so fucking long. What the fuck? It's
worth it.
I've been on it once and it wasn't worth
I'm going back,
waiting
dude.
3 hours.
I'm doing it. I'm going back on it.
Can't you just like walk on the ride?
So
no.
while you guys are waiting in that line, do you have any tricks or tips on how to pass time while you're waiting in line?
Mafia.
Heads up.
Mafia? Okay.
Heads up, Chris.
Heads up, 7-Up?
Everyone plays that in line.
What's heads up?
Heads up? What is head?
That's the trivia game where someone puts their phone up and then you're supposed to read the clues.
Yeah, for sure.
Makes me cringe.
It makes you cringe
That's a good one.
that people are playing heads up, yet you're waiting 4 hours to ride Cars. That's the real cringe.
Hey.
Fucking nerd.
You son of a bitch. You fucking son of a bitch. You shut your mouth.
So the other day I was in a long line, And I feel like it's always worse when, you just want you want your turn to do the thing, right? So I swear I waited, and then I had to wait some more. And then finally I said, Steven, will you please just trade draft picks with me so I can hurry up and make my first round draft pick in our dynasty league?
It was me?
Yeah. It was no. So the bone's not with you. I think it's with the league.
Oh, yeah.
So we're in this. So Steve and I are in this dynasty football league. Do Angel and Ryan, do you guys recognize the term dynasty football league?
No, but
Okay, Ryan, can you explain it for the audience?
So it's a fantasy football league where your team does not reset at the end of a season. You keep carrying it year to year. Correct?
Yep, you carry them forever. So if you would have drafted, I don't know, Tom Brady 10 years ago, you could have him all the way up to when he retired and past that. So now this is the very first year we did it. We were in one previously, but the way that it works is if someone wins 2 years in a row, you dismantle the league and restart, because sometimes people's teams get so good and so bad, whatnot. So this is the first year. So we have to make 22 picks. 22 picks. Now, when you guys have done a redraft fantasy draft, how long would you say it's taken to get through the whole thing? Or maybe how long are the picks? How long do you get to pick your guy?
For a normal draft?
Yeah.
How long is your pick? Yeah.
20 seconds.
Minute or second? Okay. Our pick time is 24 hours.
What?
Yeah, it's called a long draft.
Yes.
And you're not really encouraged to take the full 24 hours, but you have up to 24 hours to make your pick. And it's because it's so early on that there's no rush to get it done. And you can do all kinds of trades while drafting. So it creates a different experience. But the thing is, you're so used to the other kind of draft. Oh, Chris, carry on. It's your story.
No, Steve. This is exactly. I wanted to pitch it to you.
Right. So, I mean, you have 24 hours to do it, and you're spending that time talking to other people. Hey, does anybody want to trade up? Is there any offers? Hey, blah, 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 blah. You're making things work as if you were the manager of a real football franchise. That's why it's called Dynasty, because you're trying to create a dynasty. And you're so used to the other type of draft that when someone starts taking that time allotted, 4, 5, 6 hours, everybody starts to freak the fuck out and get pissed. Although it's not illegal. But I don't know what the bonus.
Yep. And so we're in this giant group chat, and all it is just each person's turn. Everyone just pours on the hate. Hurry up. What's taking so long? This, that, and the other. And the side note is this is the first time we've done 24 hours. I think when we did it before, it was, I think we did 8 or 12 hours. But the one unique thing is we have one guy who lives in London. So the 24 hours is beneficial because it can offset the time change. But I think in the grand scheme of things, you can probably get it done with 6 to 8 hours at the most. But definitely everyone's trying to hustle to keep things going. So the very first round, which I personally think is one of the most important, you got to start off on the right foot, is Steven's taken the time. He's excited. He's new into this league. I think he was in the old one for a little bit, but he hasn't been in it for years. So he's just got back into Dynasty, and he's digging this. We're shooting trades out where he's talking, he's mixing stuff up, and he's getting all this hate mail about moving it up. And he was like, guys, it was your rule, 24 hours. And so as soon as Steven did his pick, the next 7 people, he was like, oh, you're going to take all the time in the world. I don't know how many times you just called someone a hypocrite yesterday.
Everybody was just bitching at me because I was taking time. And then when they got their turn, they started taking. I said, oh, hypocrite. You guys were all yelling at me when I was taking too long. And now look at you, motherfuckers.
Or it was anybody. Oh, it's Chris's turn. And no one's giving me a hard time. But everyone gave Steven a heavy amount of hard time. So it was pretty good. So that went that way. And we just finished.
I was conversing. It wasn't I was just ghosting and not making a pick. I was actively talking, going, "Hey, I have multiple trades. I'm mulling over. I'm working something out." And I did. So I ended up, my first pick, I was at number 4, and I didn't really for Dynasty, I didn't really like anybody at that top spot. So I was like, how do I get to the back of the round and somehow make my life better later on? So I ended up going to the back and picking up another 3rd round pick and maybe another 8th round pick. I made a few trades actually. So adjusted my position and things, and it's working out so far right now. I mean, my first pick was like that rookie sensation Marvin Harrison Jr. We'll see what happens there. It's really exciting to take a young superstar in the making, but it's also nerve-wracking because if he just sucks, you're fucked. But
that's right. He's supposed to be generational talent,
right? And so took that and I followed it up with some safer picks, and it's fun. Like last time I played Dynasty, I sold my team off to another player like immediately because I didn't really take the time to research how to play it, and I just picked dudes that I really liked, like Patrick Mahomes and Odell Beckham and some big names at the time. I wasted all my money and shit on it, and then I realized, I have to fill out a roster of like 30 people, and I spent all my money on like 4 or 5 people, and year after year was just shitty because I couldn't fill in my roster. I was like, this is going to take me a decade to fix, and I got like really butthurt and like salty about it. So I was just like, I'm going to sell my team, and someone's like, yeah, I'll buy it, and then they got in. Well, actually, I had to pay someone to take it. I had to pay $100 for someone to take over. I had to pay their entry.
That's right. You gotta pay to get out. Yeah. It's just like how Steven said, where, like, let's say if you're just in a normal redraft league, if I make a mistake or a bad trade, I'm like, well, there's always next year, start fresh. This one is every time you make a mistake, it just carries. So like so you do a regular draft, you go through the year, and then each year you spend some draft picks on the new rookies coming in. And I remember one year I drafted, my very first pick was Henry Ruggs. Does anyone remember the name Henry Ruggs?
Yeah.
Henry Ruggs was the guy that got drafted by the Las Vegas Raiders. And before he got to spring training or summer training or whatever, he was street racing at 130 miles an hour, and he rear-ended an old lady in her car with a dog. I think she killed both of them, and he's in prison for the next like 20, 30 years. Something like that. So, and it was brutal because it's Dynasty. It's not like I can give that guy back. Like, you draft him, and good, bad, and different, whatever happens to it, if he gets shot or he hurts someone or he gets arrested, like, you have to live with the consequences, just like in real life. So the Raiders had to cut him. And then from that, I used my very beneficial first round draft pick on a very important guy, and I got nothing for it. So I got like a step down, and then I made another bad trade, and I was in Steven's spot.
Yikes.
Yeah. Now there was something that happened today. So, I think a lot of people write emails in and they make fun of Steven or pick on him about being like gay, or doesn't have a lot of facial hair, like his hair's falling out, or he's kind of ambidextrous, or he's, so like all those type of things come in. But there's one redeeming quality that you guys all missed out about Steven. Steven's got a big heart, and he's got an even bigger badge. And we like to call that the trade police badge. So when Steven sees a bad fantasy football trade, oh boy, is he going to let you have it. And that happened today.
I make a point to like just continuously slam somebody over and over and over again. Like, they're like, what the fuck, man?
You did that to me one year, dude.
Yes.
It was really annoying.
And I fucking find it, and I'm like giggling as I'm typing.
And like for myself, when I see a situation like that, I just keep throwing facts at it, and just like this, that, and the other. Steven, on the other hand, he'll throw facts, and then he'll just kind of slander you in the process. He's like, what kind of an idiotic person would make a trade like that? Like, you must be so delusional. Are you on drugs right now? It's all the unnecessary stuff that you don't need, but it just makes it that extra little bit of Steven.
And I'm like laughing my ass off while I'm typing this shit. And I think like I do it to people that don't really know me too much, and they must think I'm just a fucking prick, dude. Just like, who the fuck is this guy? Why did it makes me so happy.
Yep,
But
I think that's exactly how it came across.
They are bad trades, though. At the end of the day, they are bad trades. And I'm also a big proponent of, we're all adults, so you can make your own trades in a fantasy football league. Like, I'm never going to want to veto it unless it's like you're dumping your team off, and it's so obvious that you're just dumping your team off to the waiver wire, you're like purposely giving somebody all your guys. But if it looks like people sat down and hashed out a trade, I would never want to veto it, because we're all big boys. And why would I penalize somebody for like finding a sucker? Like, you found a sucker and you bought it, like, and you got it. Like, good for you. I should have been doing that work. I should have been asking around. I'm an idiot for not asking around. So I still will give shit though to the person that made the trade and tell him how stupid he is. Like, I can't wait to do it to Ryan this year because he doesn't have his brother, and he's gonna make like really, really stupid decisions, and it's gonna be hilarious.
I'm gonna win this year.
If you win, I will quit fantasy forever.
Oh, you heard it here first.
Ryan won't trade with me because he constantly thinks I'm trying to fuck him over.
You are.
Like, and I even tested this. I like over offered on a guy last year, and I offered Lions too. I was offering him like Amon-Ra St. Brown, and for somebody like weak. The first year he played, that was not last year, it was the year before, and he wouldn't take it because he said I was trying to fuck him, that there's something going on, that he doesn't trust me. And I was like, dude, I'm overpaying you for this guy. Like, he wouldn't take it.
I still don't trust you about that trade.
At least you're defensive. It was Amon-Ra St. Brown for Damian Pierce. It was a bad trade for me. It would have ended up so poorly. It would have been good for you, but you were sketched out because he had like a little like injury thing designation going on, and they're like, we're not sure if he's going to play this week. And you're like, oh, he's injured. He's injured.
And it's weird because Amon-Ra St. Brown is on Ryan's team,
Exactly.
the team that he has been a loyal fan of for decades.
You would think he would
That
just
team,
jump at that
he didn't want his own
opportunity.
player.
Like, hey, Steven, do you want Keenan Allen for free? Yeah, I want Keenan Allen for free.
I don't take Lions
Hand him
on my
over.
team. Superstitious.
It's kind of like how I am with the Chargers. I did it though last year, finally, after many years of not doing it.
How'd that treat you?
It actually was okay. Justin Herbert kind of had a fucked up, shitty year, but Keenan
How'd the
Allen,
Chargers do last year? Your fault.
not good. But they got rid of their coach, and then they went out and drafted a lot of good players, and they have a really, really prestigious head coach now that maybe will change the culture a bit. I'm excited. I'm optimistic, but they always make me optimistic. But this has to work, right, Chris? This has to work.
It has to. I think we're in a good spot. And also, I like that Joe Alt guy.
Yeah.
He's like 6'8", 320 pounds. He's just a massive giant of a man. And he's going to be standing in front of Herbert pushing people around. So
Yeah,
I
it's
think it'll be
a
a good
weird
place.
transitional year. So they did the right thing. They could have got a flashy receiver.
Yeah.
But they're like, dude, let's get some offensive line,
meat.
right? Like, let's protect our quarterback. Then they went out and got a bunch of veterans to bring in while they're rebuilding. They drafted a couple rookie like wide receivers and stuff, but they went out and got veterans to kind of fill the holes so they could win this year because they have a good foundation. They can't win it all. They're not in that position yet, but I think they're definitely in a position to like
Make a run.
emerge as a team that's getting serious. And then once you're a serious team, you might pull a better free agent or whatever. Things work out.
Yeah. I think they're going to like prove it to themselves. Right. I'm thinking that too. Like if they just have a super successful year, they're going to be like, you know what? We can do this. We can figure this out. And then the next few years, they're going to be on point to get much closer.
Yeah. And Jim Harbaugh has never really coached anything that's losing. Ever.
That's true.
All of his teams have always been successful in any level of play.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm excited about because, like, okay, the Chargers are a cursed franchise that doesn't seem to win shit. You just got a head coach that doesn't lose anything. What side of the toast, you strap the buttered toast to the cat and you throw it up in the air and see what side it lands on? Like, what's going to happen here?
I think that's how the Tesseract is made.
What's a Tesseract?
It's that cube that it goes to the fourth dimension. So you have a 3D object, but the fourth dimension is it's able to move in a 3D in the fourth plane, I guess. I don't know. It's on Iron Man.
Ryan, how's Psychonauts?
Oh, I just have it running in the background.
You
Getting Steam
fucking motherfucker.
Wow.
I have Fallout 4 running in the background.
All of you.
I'm not playing anything though.
I'm not playing
I'm not like
anything.
Angel who just plays Minecraft the whole time.
I
we're
am
talking.
making market moves.
Watch. I'm going to share my screen.
I told you, can I start investing in you? Can you just manage my money? You actually care. I don't want to care.
See, look right here. It's just sitting on the title screen so I can get Steam gift cards.
You're fucking ridiculous.
Trading cards.
Do you follow like that guy that just follows Nancy Pelosi's trades? And he's
Me,
like,
yeah.
I should.
why don't we do that? Ryan,
I don't know.
That's just our investment club now. Let's find that.
Yeah, let's do it.
This is why. Can I just give you my money?
No.
You do the
I will
research.
not take that responsibility. I will not do the responsibility. Not until I have something more.
Let me invest in your
Do you
Ponzi
have a bow
scheme.
in your hair, Angel?
Yes, I do. It's one of my daughter's bows.
Gay.
Calling the kettle black, are we?
Dude, you fucked up for that, bro.
You know, I call it how I see it.
Anyway,
I just invest in fucking stuff that's diversified. Like, I don't invest in any specific stock. I just pick like funds.
If I find a model, I'll let you guys know. What are we talking about? You being gay or something? You rattled off a lot of guys' names.
I said I don't invest in anything specific. I only
That's smart.
put it
Because
in
a lot of
funds
people
that-
say, I was talking to my boss about this, my former boss about this the other day, that a lot of people try to beat the market, the S&P 500, but they fail. So why aren't you just investing in the S&P 500? Just invest in SPY.
That's what Megan was talking about.
But like, I just do like Vanguard, like
That's
specific ETFs and mutual funds because that's where my Roth IRA is, and like I have like my Robinhood Play account that I will like jump on something with Ryan or like a crypto or something random.
Yeah. We're not here to give financial advice. All right. Thank you, Chris, for your bone. Very good. So apparently a lot of people were very upset with Steven within the legal bounds of time of 24 hours. And Steven was just making sure that he used up all the time that he needed in order to make sure he made an educated and well thought out choice.
The ironic part is, as Colby said in the previous episode, is I feel like I have that problem with overthinking things. So I'll have an idea. I want these 3 guys. It'll get to my turn, and I will just dwell on that for hours. And in the olden,
wait, you want 3 guys?
yes, sometimes
That's
4.
what I heard. That's what I heard.
And I'll dwell on those. And in the past, I was the one that I used up, like when we had an 8-hour limit, I would use up 7.5 hours and then pick the guy I was originally going to pick. But I'm like, okay, I think I flushed it. I think I thought it through. I checked the council. I'm good to go. And everyone else is like, dude, just move on.
Great.
You never know. But yeah, it was legal.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Very good.
What was that? What'd you say?
Suck my
Almost as what?
fucking cack.
Who?
Almost as what?
Almost says, fuck you. We're all sending messages.
I ain't sending shit. My hands are right here.
So are mine.
I'm in deep negotiations.
With what? You guys are ridiculous.
Trades, draft picks. Steven, take my trade.
Okay.
All right, very good. Thank you so much for your bones, gentlemen.
I'll bone you.
Shit.
I got a bone to pick, Angel.
Oh, motherfucker. Coming in at the last second. Ryan, let's hear that bone.
My bone to pick is Jasmine.
Oh, Jasmine, if you
We
recall.
put in a simple request. It still has not been fulfilled.
Show us your tits. Yeah, it's very simple.
Tits are
I don't know how well that would go with the woman. Just, hey, send us your tits, sweetheart. Send us your boobs. We just want to send us your bazongas.
The podcast taking a turn.
Okay. Is that because she hasn't sent you tits?
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Yeah, Jasmine, you said you're a big fan and you haven't sent Ryan tits. So go ahead and email us at coinopcowboyspot@gmail.com. Something tasty.
Carl. Have you fired anybody yet, Carl?
Oh. Have you guys fired anybody?
I've gone down the path
nope.
multiple times, but in my field of work, once I get to that point, they usually quit.
It was kind of the same thing for me. Is like we had this employee that we're finding out too much crap about, and we're like, we're gonna have to let them go, and kind of like wrote her up a few times, and after the second time I wrote her up, she just didn't come back to work. And then she sent in like a mental health thing. And like I'm not even like it's not even that professional or I just like I'm like I have to document this because if you don't know somebody like and you just terminate them, they'll be like, without cause, and I'll be like, well, California's an at-will state, and they'll be like, I don't give a fuck, it's because I'm fat and black or something. And I'm like, no, it's because you lied about doing your job when you said you did it. You didn't do it. We had like this big file in there. We had a lot of prevailing wage, affordable housing type work that requires just a mountain of paperwork about the employees that are on the job site and verifying that you paid people the right thing and just all this compliance crap. And she was supposedly on it. And for weeks she was on it and sending everything in. And we went to bill the customer and we did. And then after 90 days, we went to that customer and we're like, hey, well, where the fuck's our payment? It's getting kind of late. And they're like, well, we haven't received a laundry list of things from your office in regards to compliance. Okay, let me get with the girls. So we go talk to the girls that run that part of our office, and I'm like, yo, what's going on with this? Oh, we did it all. They want like wet signatures and this and that. We're gonna like FedEx them over, this and that. So like a week goes by, we still haven't got paid. What's going on? They're like, we're still missing a bunch of things. And at this point, I'm like going to bat for my team. I'm like, you have everything. We FedEx it to you. Like, stop lying. You're just bullshitting us to push us off. So all this crap, right? Like, I'm going to bat. And we ruined a relationship with a good customer because they weren't paying on time, saying that our office wasn't doing it. And my office was swearing up and down that they did. And then I wrote this girl up a few times for being late. She never showed back up. And when I went to like get the folder to start sorting out this compliance stuff, I found that it was all just still in her desk and like none of it had been filled out.
Yikes.
And so like I went to bat for them too. Like, oh, that pissed me off because we went to bat. We like really like got in a big fight with a good customer over this shit. And come to find out it was all whatever.
Wow.
So did you have to call those people back and say, hey, you know when I was yelling at you over the phone saying we did all these things? Apparently we didn't. My bad. We'll get that fixed.
We never got to that point. I figured like there was some other issues with that customer. Like when you start doing these affordable housing projects, like the money is slow, regardless if you're doing everything right or not. Everything gets like approved from the state of California down to your level and get paid to you. Everything takes forever. And, there were some other things like they would push us and they would like make us do things that weren't really in our scope. We were just constantly fighting with these people and they're like strong arming us and threatening us and all this stuff. So it was just like a customer we were like fed up with. We were just fed up with them and we didn't want to do any more work for them anyways. So that's kind of why we went like to bat for the team and risked that relationship. But if I ever wanted to get back in their good graces, we know like some of the people at the top. One of them's like Steve's neighbors and he was chatting with the dude the other day and they're like, why don't you bid to us anymore and blah 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 blah, and they were like, oh, you want us to? And they're like, yeah dude, we would totally have you guys back and all this shit. And we're like, oh, okay. But you just got to be ready to do that kind of work. I don't know in your guys' line of work if there's certain types of projects or jobs or anything like that that create way more paperwork than others, but
Not for me, baby. I sell it.
Yep. It's actually, yeah, I could tell like from my estimating department, they more often than not, they gladly love saying no to projects. They'll look and they're like, nope, either, it could just be the project itself. It could be the owner. It could be history in that genre of, construction work. There's just been multiple things and I feel like they like to look on the more low risk side. They like to stay in the wheelhouse and not go too far out from that. And definitely if we have problematic owners, they're like, yeah, we're not working with them again.
Yeah, there's some owners that it looks like a good deal until you start doing the work and you realize quickly that you're going to be paying to do that job.
Yep. That just probably makes sense why we do hardly any like public work. We don't do anything for the state. It's all private stuff.
You fuck with unions.
Yeah. All private stuff. They pay a lot faster.
We take whatever we can get.
Yeah, that's the flip side to it.
Do you ever do installs on like new construction?
All the time. That's what we have to deal with, the asshole contractors
like if you're doing
that fucking scream every day.
Yeah, but what if you're like doing a project that's state funded or city funded? You would have to deal with prevailing wage.
Oh, we deal with prevailing wage all the time.
So that's kind of what we're talking about. But then there's prevailing wage plus like there's other like funded projects like for like affordable housing. Like they add extra layer, or section 3, section 8. Whatever, there's like they just add mountains and mountains of more paperwork, like local hires. Like they expect you to like post advertisements and stuff to like hire like I'm gonna fucking hire a crackhead off the street of Inglewood to come like finish my concrete work. Like, no, I'm not doing that. It's just like, but you have to like post an ad like looking for people.
I feel like that's like the flip side. I mean, I kind of see I think their idea or their premise is in the right place. They're like, hey, like imagine you have. I mean, let's not take LA. Let's take like I don't know, like the high desert, like Hesperia or something. You're like, oh, there's people here that are unemployed and a big construction project comes to town. Let's employ the locals instead of bringing all these people from LA that are already doing fine to come up and take the work. So I see what they're trying to get at. But then the flip side is like Steven was talking about is the like concrete, for example. Imagine being the guy to pour that concrete. And if you have to hire this guy to do the finishing or whatever, and he messes up the finishing, do you know what you do to messed up concrete to fix it? You don't just you don't shave it or grind it down or paint over it. You literally saw cut, break it all out, and do it again. So it's very easy for like a few people to mess to like double the cost of your materials. So it's like one thing, like if like a painter, for example, I feel like a painter's probably an easier one to go after on that is, hey, the guy painted it the wrong color or he painted over the stuff. Okay, just go paint it again. And, it takes, less effort. You can handle that. But on these more serious trades, you need the skilled labor.
It always gets brought to your attention at the end of things. I'm like, why couldn't you, like right after I put it in? You could have told me there was an issue with it. I put it in. Everybody else does their work. Everybody ties into it. The building gets painted. Everything gets pristine.
Yeah.
They're about to open the doors and they call me, hey, your sidewalk's non-compliance. I'm like, that's in the middle of a fucking court. What am I supposed to drive a freaking Bobcat in there?
Done.
And put tire marks on everything to take it out? Like, you're just like, dude, I can't take it out now. It's so much harder. They don't care. Fix it.
They are.
No, I mean, everybody
GCs are the worst.
shares blame in that, but
I'm going to share something I never shared ever before.
You sucked the penis?
No, that's not today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to all that hub job. We are an hour. We are an hour, and then I usually take 6 minutes off. So I'm at an hour, 33 minutes in. Thank you for sticking with us. We're going to have a discussion, very interesting discussion that our very own cowboy Ryan brought up about guilty pleasures in restaurants. Now, everyone has their own very favorite item they like to go out to whenever they feel they've deserved a treat or whenever there's an occasion to celebrate. They like to go to a specific place. A lot of people will cringe when you say Cheesecake Factory, go fuck yourself. But yeah, let's talk about that, gentlemen.
And your 50-page menu.
And the 50-page menu is my favorite. So many options, Chris.
No, you're the problem, Angel.
So many options. Half of it is cheesecake. I'm the problem. Okay, cool. So let's talk about that. Ryan, did I hit the head on the nail? What are you playing? I could see the reflection in...
I'm not playing shit.
I could see the mirror behind you, you son of a bitch. I could see the mirror, and there's splashes and games. You fucking...
That's your face, you fool.
Fuck you. I'm not a firework.
A firework?
It looks like fireworks.
Yeah.
No.
You just tapped out.
So Ryan, do you need me to guess your favorite guilty pleasure restaurant?
Yes, Chris. I would like you to, because I know you're going to get it wrong.
If you say Taco Bell...
Oh no! See, Ryan's trying to lure you in with some Taco Bell because he talks about Taco Bell all the time. But it's definitely a trap because Taco Bell is a love-hate relationship for Ryan. There'll be times where he's all about it, and there'll be other times where he's upset about the menu or about the promos, or they took too long, or they got the order wrong. See, you may think whatever it is, but see, Ryan, he's more of a classy man. And he likes nostalgia, and he likes the warm memories of his childhood. And when you put all those together, it makes a special kind of sound. Do you know what kind of sound this is, God. Angel? It goes.
Steven's gonna get all jealous because his boyfriend's fucking
Sizzle.
Sizzler?
That is because Ryan's guilty pleasure is the tried and true, the famous, the best steakhouse, the most awesome salad bar, the Sizzler.
Hell yeah, baby!
How dare you? How dare you?
The Sizzler is America's
Yes.
steakhouse.
How fucking
Angel.
dare you?
You know it.
No,
Get straight.
No, I refuse.
And Sizzler's on the up and coming, baby. It's coming back.
Has it?
Oh yeah.
It used to always be like fucking trash. It's always trash, dude.
Chris is correct. It's the Sizzler. It is the Sizzler.
We went to the Sizzler recently, and
it was garbage, right?
It is garbage. It is pure garbage food. It is bottom barrel, probably worse. Like, if I asked McDonald's to make me a steak, they probably do it better. And
Whoa.
He said McDonald's. But Steven, McDonald's is considered high class now.
See how Steven can't just tell him he's wrong. He has to make him feel silly at the same time.
Sizzler is not cheap.
We went there, and it was like
That doesn't mean it's
I got one entree and an appetite, or one entree, salad bar, and a beer, and it was $50.
Jesus. Are you serious?
Yeah, Sizzler is not cheap.
And it's not cheap, and the food is all just like frozen shit they throw in a deep fryer and throw it in the salad
Well
bar.
spent.
The salad bar is like germ filled. Like, it's not good.
It's not meant
It's
to
fun
be.
to go to. I think, especially nostalgic reasons. Like, I'll go to Sizzler even though I know it's trash. I'll go happily, but I know what I'm getting myself into.
But the Sizzler is 100% trash food.
Okay.
But there are a few items that they serve that are legitimately delicious. The cheese bread, phenomenal.
I never had it.
It's I made award-winning cheese bread.
One of a kind.
You're a cheese bread connoisseur.
I am.
I'm gonna have to taste it.
It's award-winning.
I'm a critic.
The cheese bread is phenomenal. The Malibu.
It is the shining star of the lunch is the cheese
But they're
bread.
fucking stingy as fuck.
Yeah,
with
they
it.
are. It's 'cause it's so good.
What the fuck? If they're stingy as fuck, why is it good?
Because it's good.
You're saying they're not stingy with the ingredients. They're stingy with the
That's
extra.
Yeah.
the ingredients are stingy with bringing it out.
I asked Ryan what the ingredients were to make it, and once he explained the ingredients to me, I was like, "Oh yeah, that's why they're real stingy with it."
It's just a shit ton of butter and fucking Parmesan
Yeah.
cheese. So the cheese bread, top tier. Their baked potatoes, loaded, phenomenal.
It's a good one.
The Malibu chicken, it's very good. But the star of the show is the mayonnaise and mustard sauce that's served with it.
Mayonnaise and mustard.
Oh yeah.
It's not
Oh,
a
yeah.
Thousand Island. Is that,
No, you get a little cup. And it's very, very yellow, and it's very, very thick. It's just straight up mayonnaise and mustard mixed together.
I've never thought of mixing those two, except for in a
It's very-
sandwich, and it is good in a sandwich.
It's very tasty.
I'm sure they do it
And
at
then,
Busy Bees.
I am a big sucker for the soft serve machine. Though
the fucking salad soft
Dude,
serve.
Angel,
So-
you don't
so-
They
understand.
have it every buffet.
They let people like Ryan run rampant. They just say, "There's bowls up there and there's spoons. Like, let me know when you're done."
yep,
Oh, they don't give you silverware. They don't give you. We asked for
give you
extra silverware. They were very upset
yeah,
about
it's
it.
like
Like,
how
hey,
many
well,
plates did you pay
asked
for?
for-
Why did you need more silverware?
Well, that salad bar was ordered with the entree, like as if you got a discount. The fucking entree salad bar used to be like what, Ryan? $5?
I think if you got an
add
entree,
on?
yeah, it was like $5 or something. I think it was like $12.
No, it's $11 to add on a salad bar.
Why do you like this?
They didn't even have cheese at the salad bar, like for the salad, like whatever. And a good Sizzler, the good Sizzlers next to the soft serve machine, you got your cones.
Like
All
a
of them have
buffet.
the cones, but the good ones also have bowls next to it. And next to the bowls, there'll be various things you could put in there, like sprinkles and gummy bears and gumdrops, shit like that. You can put in your soft serve. This Sizzler had nothing. I think there was a caramel and a chocolate syrup pump. That was it. On your cone, no bowls.
This was like, it was the soft serve that they had that day was pure trash. It was like frozen ice. It's like someone mixed whole milk with ice and just put it in the ice cream machine.
Yeah.
So what's your take on hometown buffet, Ryan?
Hometown buffet is garbage.
I used to love
Hometown
hometown.
buffet is
I used to
pure
love that as a
trash.
kid.
I did as too.
Pure
But I
trash.
think- But I think I went during the glory days when it wasn't like it was. They were still creating quality.
I don't
I
think
went
it
when I
was
was
ever
like 5.
good. You were
So
just
this
a
is-
kid.
we're
Like,
talking-
I can get a bunch of pizza and fucking cake and shit.
Oh, they were.
I was a
They're
fucking fatty
carving.
kid.
They're carved roasts for you.
Gross. I want a pizza.
Dude, they would carve like a piece of like steak for you right there. Do you remember that?
I remember that. Yeah, it wasn't good though.
I don't know. When I was a kid, I didn't really care how good.
So
the food was. When I was a kid.
Sizzler. So this is you're describing
That was
a
a perfect
nightmare.
guilty pleasure place.
It sounds like a nightmare, Ryan. What about that is pleasurable to you? Like, what is it? Why is that a guilty pleasure?
It's tasty.
It's tasty.
Yeah.
The soft
I
serve.
mean, it's bad food. It's gonna hurt your tummy, for sure. 100%.
I guess I'm conflicted because if it's going to hurt your stomach, it's not very. So what about it makes it a guilty pleasure?
Because it makes you feel like shit. Like, it's not good food and it's not cheap, but it still tastes good, and you regret it afterwards immediately.
But at the
So
time,
it's not a regular
okay.
thing that I'll go to. Like, if anybody ever suggests, like, hey, let's go to Sizzler, I will say yes 100% of the time. 100%.
Are you a masochist?
No.
Well, you fucking said it's going to hurt.
There's a lot of things that I'll eat that hurt.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
No,
Angel.
yeah.
Angel, I think you need to go to the restaurant to understand it.
Oh, I've been to the restaurant.
It's mellow. A lot of times you don't got to complain about service because they don't really do service there. They just kind of say like, all right, we'll just go to the salad bar and get your stuff and eat it and go home.
No, those bastards
changed?
expect tips.
Oh, yeah.
Has it changed since I was in like middle school or high school?
No, it's exactly the same.
Then
Nothing has
what
changed.
The fuck.
It is 100%
It is
the same.
garbage. It is the worst experience. It's a shitty buffet.
The way they do service is like no other restaurant I've ever been to. Because you wait in a line
Okay.
and you order your food at a counter,
Sure.
right? And then they give you a receipt on a tray with your salad bar plates, and they'll put your drinks on the tray.
The tray's way too
And
big.
then you carry the tray to your table,
Okay.
and then a waitress will come and ask for your receipt.
Okay, like a hometown buffet.
Yeah, and then they'll take your receipt, and eventually they'll bring you your food, and they expect a tip still, but you've done 95% of it.
Why is that a guilty pleasure? That sounds like a nightmare. That sounds really annoying.
But it's the ambiance.
It's the experience, a fucking shitty experience.
It's really just the cheesy bread. They figured it out with the cheesy bread.
You know, that was one of the things I was talking about while we were making dinner tonight was what exactly makes it the guilty pleasure? And my wife said it's the food. And I was like, okay, well, does it have to be good food, bad food? Does it have to be food that's bad for you, food good for you? Ambiance, like describe how we get there.
I had that same exact question, Chris, because I was like, okay, guilty pleasure. I'm like, is it guilty pleasure because, right, it's super bad for you? Or is it guilty pleasure because it's shitty, but you kind of like it? Or is it guilty? The third one I thought of also was, or is it guilty because it's really, really expensive? You feel guilty for eating it because you're like, I shouldn't be spending this much money on food, but I fucking love this place.
That's a very good point, because that was my initial point, was if it's super expensive. Ryan, this is an excellent prompt because it prompts so many questions in everybody, because I had the same question Steven had. Go ahead, Steven.
Yeah, so there's a sushi place that me and my wife can't stop going to because it's just so freaking good. But every time we go there, we're dropping like $300.
Well, hold
it's
on.
amazing.
Hold on one sec. 2 people spend $300 at sushi. Like it
Easily. That's restraining ourselves.
Is it? I'm assuming that can't be quantity. Is it just the quality is there and the cost is up?
So,
okay, it's like what, $50 a roll?
The reason we
Or are you getting the sashimi?
Getting sashimi, and it's nothing is on the menu seems very expensive, but like, okay, you see like a roll, it's like $24 for the roll, and it comes out, it's called Sushi Enya, by the way. We go to the one in Pasadena. There's also one in Little Tokyo. They just have really high quality fish, just melt in your mouth fish, the good kind, fancy sushi. But like once you get a roll, and then you get like a bunch of orders of nigiri, which is just sashimi over rice. I mean, each 2-piece is going to be like in the teens, somewhere $20. And just, I can eat so much of it. It's so good. And so we order a bunch of that shit. Then we want to order like sake, beers. I mean, we'll add up that bill. And they have like,
because you want to treat yourself.
Yes. And on the menu, they have everything from like albacore, which I like, and it's delicious, but it's also one of the cheaper things.
That's my personal favorite.
So you can get that for like $10. Or you could go get like the fatty tuna belly, like Toro or something like that, and you're going to pay like $30-$40 for like 2 pieces. And so you're like, I kind of want to try it. Everything's so good here. I'm in the mood. But you know, that's fancy sushi is my guilty pleasure.
That's fabulous.
Because
so have you guys ever gone fishing? Just yes or no, quick.
Yes.
No.
yeah, like lake fishing.
So it's funny you mentioned the sushi, because I have a story real quick. So when my wife's family is loads of fishermen. They're just like top tier fishermen their entire life. They make that their career. And there's a what do you call it when it's like a thing that you do, like an unspoken rule, like that you have to do, like a tradition. It's a tradition, basically, among fishermen or fisherwomen, that when you catch a yellowtail,
You eat it.
you have to eat its heart.
Oh.
Otherwise, you will never catch another yellowtail. So my 5-year-old wife at the time was presented with the opportunity when she caught a yellowtail, she was told by her father to eat the heart. She went, ew, that's fucking gross. And he was heartbroken. And she obviously never caught another yellowtail again. But that's wild, right? Would you eat the yellowtail heart?
Yes.
You would eat the yellowtail heart.
Yes.
Of course, you eat a Sizzler.
I mean, can I cook it?
No, it needs to be
Just
still
right there.
beating and raw.
Oh no,
Right
so
there.
probably not. I mean, I have got they brought like an albacore on the boat, and then they sushi'd it up before we got off the boat. That was probably the freshest fish I ever got. But I didn't have to eat like any of the heart or liver or other pieces in there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. What about you, Stephen? Would you eat the heart beating?
No.
Wow, the things you've put in your mouth.
Right. Shocking.
You know, I ironically, I almost feel like that's a little bit of disrespectful to the animal, though. Like,
why?
You know, because of like the beating. Like, so when you say beating heart, it gives me the impression it's like still alive to a degree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I mean, nah.
Kalima.
So I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum where like if I go bird hunting or rabbit hunting or deer hunting or something like that, like if you injure an animal, I feel personally responsible to try and figure out how to end it as quickly as possible. So in this situation, I wouldn't be like, hey, let me just, hey, hang out there for a second, buddy. I'm just going to get this heart because it's a tradition. My thing would be like, I need to end it first so it can be done and then go from there.
Yeah, I don't know. That just reminded me of that story where she like totally her dad lost face in front of all of his buddies.
I mean, like your 5-year-old kid though, like,
yeah.
I mean, I have a hard enough time getting my 5-year-old kid to eat chicken nuggets, you know?
That's true. Anyway, Steven, so sushi?
Yeah, sushi is my financially guilty pleasure. Guilty pleasure as in like food I fucking think I should. Jack in the Box tacos.
Ooh, Jack in
sure.
the Box tacos are so
Those
good.
are like crack cocaine, and I'm always eating that.
Is that the
when
ones
I'm
that are
fucked
made
up.
of meat? Or wait, we don't really know what they are.
Don't know.
He's like, whatever it's made of.
Whatever. And I think like my love for McDonald's is a little bit of guilty pleasure because I don't feel like I love it, and I don't feel like it should have that. Like it's not that good, but like I think it's so nostalgic for me because we ate it a lot when I was growing up. That and KFC, that like the flavors of those two foods still like hold a special place in my heart. So I'll still eat that shit.
There's a recipe I've seen for making enchiladas out of Jack in the Box tacos.
What?
You pretty much just lay a shit ton of Jack in the Box tacos in a tray, throw some cheese and fucking enchilada sauce over it, and there you go.
That's just putting cheese on tacos.
Well, you bake it.
Oh, they bake it. Oh, my bad. Dog.
Different, yeah. You know, I kind of wrote that down. I was like, I wonder if the ambiance plays into it. And as I'm listening to like Steven talking about this, he seemed very focused on just the food was. It was expensive food. He didn't talk about there's a nice little booth or a corner, or we had great waitress service. Ryan talked a little bit about it, but he still referenced Sizzler, which is a place that you probably don't need waiter service on. You just got to go do it yourself. So
I prefer they weren't there at all.
I was thinking about this when I go and get lunch. If most of the time eating lunch, like I make a sandwich in my office or something, but if I go out to lunch, I love when I go somewhere and it's actually fairly quiet there where I could just get my food and sit in the corner and like no one talk to me or bother me for a little bit. I love that. Which probably means why I don't go to a lot of restaurants. I like the type of food places that you walk up, place your order, and then they'd be like, oh, your number's here, or they'll make it real quick and say, here you go, and then you go take it and find a random seat. Like I love those type of places.
So minimal human contact.
Yeah, there you go. So because
I prefer not to talk to them as well.
Mm-hmm. But then you have the ones like, oh, like how's your day going? How's it? And they're like maybe overly peppy or something. I'm like, you know what? I don't need it right now. I'm cool. You know, I've spent all morning with like people calling me or having issues or problems. I just want my peace and quiet. So
I agree with that.
Yeah. So I don't know if I would tie it to a place. It might just be a ambiance might be the important thing to me.
Interesting. Is there any restaurant that has a specific ambiance to you?
You know what's funny? Not exactly guilty pleasure food, but a guilty pleasure thing that I like is I do like coffee. I drink my coffee in the morning, and I like to go to some of these bougie coffee places where like a lot of times in the afternoon, either a hot coffee or a cold coffee. And so right by my job site, there's this one that looks like one of those underground like 1920s bars. It has kind of had like that vibe to it, where they would make really nice cocktails or old fashions or something. And you walk in there and they're like, "Hello, sir. What kind of beverage can I fix up for you today?" And I'm like, well, I'll just take a latte, and I don't know what's some good service. He's like, "Oh, we have this homemade brown sugar latte sauce. We could put that in there for you." And I'd be like, "All right, that's fine." He's like, "What kind of milk do you want?" "It doesn't matter to me." "Are you sure? Because it makes all the difference. You know, we got like whole milk." I'm like, "No, that's probably gonna be too much." You got like, I don't know, like 2%. That's why I put in my coffee. He's like, "Oh, are you sure I could do the whole milk?" I'm like, this conversation's taking a long time. But my point is, this guy was so into making these beautiful, intricate coffees. And then he does a thing where he like makes a little leaf, or he'll make like a cool fancy shape on it.
Heart.
Yeah. Something like that. He'll like
I love those
phone number,
lattes.
whatever. And then finally I get it from him, and then I can go sit quietly in the corner in this like what feels like a dark underground bar.
Where is this at?
It's in Riverside, right next to it's like right about where the 215 and the 91 and the 60 where all that converges.
Dude, shoot me a link. I'm over there often. It's
Yep.
a coffee house.
Yeah, it's actually it's right next to it is this place called it's M&M Deli. And I go in there, and there's just this little Asian man. He runs the front. He runs the cash register, and his wife runs the place in the back. And they just make little sandwiches, and their furniture seems old. Like it looks like they could clean stuff more often, but they just make these little sandwiches with like hearts of love, and so it works out perfectly. I'll eat that, and it's in the same parking lot. I'll go around and get my little coffee. But yeah, I'll send you the link.
It's awesome.
It's funny. I can't remember like what it's called. I just know where it's at.
I'm in Riverside a lot, so I'm always looking for a cool coffee place.
Now, Ryan, have you, speaking of ambiance and guilty pleasure?
Wait, so your guilty pleasure is drinking at a cool underground coffee
No,
house?
I think it's, I'm starting to piece things together. I think it's, my guilty pleasure is I like to have my lunch in peace somewhere. And I also like to get coffee in the afternoon. So it would be even better is if I can get if I can get like a sandwich, like a cool deli sandwich at a coffee joint like this, and I can get that at the same time, that would probably be it. But I haven't found that mythical thing yet.
No, they combine sandwiches with beer, Chris, not coffee.
Dude, lunch beers? I don't know, man. I'm not a lunch beer guy.
Oh, I don't do lunch beers.
Puts me to sleep. Or then I just want to, like, it's kind of like one of those things. It's like, you start having a drink or having a beer. I'm like, I'm going to want a few. Like, I'm not going to just want to have one. I don't really want to start that whole thing.
Now, I was thinking about this. So we're talking about how you guys were really focused on the food. I'm talking about coffee or opportunity or distance for my drive or quiet corner, things like that. So other things that go into the guilty pleasureness. So how would you feel if someone said, "You know what my guilty pleasure is? Dick's Last Resort."
Well, I don't know.
I wouldn't judge.
I wouldn't judge. Like, you just like the ambiance of that place? Like, just getting teased a lot? I mean, I would just judge you.
Well, so first, can one of you guys explain Dick's Last Resort to our fans?
Everybody knows Dick's Last Resort. It's a place you go and they give you bad service on purpose. Just like
Has anyone else been kicked out of Dick's Last Resort?
They can do that?
Mm-hmm. You get kicked out of places.
What?
You get kicked out of places, sir.
So it's funny with that. I was just thinking of that through Dick's Last Resort. Like if someone said my guilty pleasure is going to Dick's Last Resort, I would almost be like, wait, so you like want someone to not talk nicely to you? And I'm almost like, man, I feel like there's more problems we need to unearth over here and get sorted out. And I say that ironically because I did not take myself to Dick's Last Resort. I think I was in Vegas and everyone's like, "We're going to Dick's Last Resort." I'm like, okay.
At the Excalibur.
Yes, at the Excalibur. And I sit there and I'm like, why can't we go to a normal restaurant? Like the food wasn't that amazing. It was just the big thing you got is bad service, but people liked that. Probably because it was like a touristy thing. I don't know. But I still wonder to this day why they decided to go there.
I don't know why they would want to go. I don't know, like it's fun if you haven't done it before to go in there and get a little shit.
Yeah.
And get a little making fun of people.
I think that's the kind of place where it's fun to go there with a grandma or grandpa and just see them get shocked at what's happening.
Yes.
They don't even know what's
How
going
dare
on.
you?
What the hell?
That's also
How dare you speak to me that way?
that's also like medieval times in Buena Park. So if you guys haven't been to medieval times, which maybe everyone has, but you go there.
Fine dragon blood soup.
There you go. They you sit around this arena and they do jousting, they do sword fighting, they do like this, action dinner theater thing. But the funny thing is they come by and they say, oh, do you want the normal meal or do you want the vegan? He's like, everyone wants the normal meal, right? And then you see like one person say, oh, I'll take the vegan meal, and they'll be like, ew.
Mel got the vegan meal.
Why would you want to do that? And then
Yeah, shoot.
or go for it, Steven.
No, she got the vegan meal, and he did that exact
Nice.
thing. He was just like, "What the fuck?"
Or
Why?
if we were there with Easton and my wife's like, oh, can you get they bring soup by, like tomato soup, and it's dragon blood as Ryan called it. And so you're supposed to like just drink from the bowl, like just grab the bowl and drink it. So which totally works for me. I'm like, all right, it works. But my kids were like, they needed a spoon for some reason. I was like, oh, can I get a spoon? And same thing. He's like, what's wrong with your hands? I was like, you don't eat soup with your hands. And then at that point he was like, okay, yeah, no worries, I'll get you a spoon. But and then it made me realize that he was in character, but I didn't know he was in character. I was just like, why would we make a big deal about the spoon?
See with your hands.
Goddamn fool.
I fucking love medieval times.
Medieval times I was kind of going into it not expecting anything because I had done it when I was younger. I was like, this is gonna be kind of stupid, but I was taking my daughter and we're going for someone's birthday, and so I was like, fine, let's go. Like, I actually thought it was really well done, and I thought it was really good.
Really?
And I really enjoyed myself. Really
You
what?
thought it was really well done?
Yes.
Oh, very good. Okay. Yeah. No.
What have you seen the pirate show across the street, Angel?
Oh, it's awful.
The
It's fucking
pirate
terrible.
show's trash.
There we go. Medieval times is where it's at. Not a sponsor, but they could be a sponsor.
Compared to the pirates. Yeah. But it's better than you would expect because like they get into it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Now, I feel like all of our podcasts, I think there's a signature item that has really carried us through some of the rough years, months, days of this podcast, and I think it'd be a complete waste to just not take this opportunity to bring it back up
What?
with another installment of Decisions Were
No,
Made.
no, Christopher. No.
So-
It's almost 11 o'clock, Chris. No.
Colby wants to know, guys. I'm doing this one for Colby. And there was another young lady that I'm totally spaced on her name that she wanted to hear it too. But Ryan, it kind of turns a little bit to you. In Roman times, they would have parties. Have you ever heard of the Roman parties?
The bathhouse?
Yeah, a little bit of that. But see, the Romans, they like their wine, and they like their music, and they like the ambiance and everything. But you know what they really, really liked? Their food.
Penis and butts.
They loved the food. So much so that it was the high class group. They would have this huge, there would be like so much food there. There'd be like a roasted pig, and there would be this corn. There'd be the stuff brought in from Asia. All this is fantastic lineup. People would eat and they would get full. Have you ever been in that situation, Ryan, where you eat and you're full and you're kind of a little bit sad at that point because you're like, oh, I still have like some more like tacos here. Like I have another slice of Sizzler cheese bread, but you feel too full to eat it.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel in those situations?
Full.
So is that it? Do you just like ask for some to go, or do you like try to sneak like one more slice of bread in, or
I'll probably begrudgingly grab another piece and feel like a piece of shit.
Right. Now it's ironic because I would hail you as a Caesar for that because they had the same problem in Rome, but they had a little bit of a solution. Do you know what their solution was in those type of situations?
Make yourself throw up.
That's right. There was a designated spot outside the house that everyone would go and cause themselves to vomit and empty it all out so that they had room to go back and drink more wine and eat more food, and they would just keep going all night long because they enjoyed the gluttony of the tasty food.
Awesome. That's
Do
cool.
you think your guilty pleasure Sizzler, do you think you could do that for Sizzler?
I don't think so, because after I throw up, the last thing I want is to put more food in.
Yeah. What about does alcohol play the same way? Like once you throw up, you're like, okay, no more alcohol.
It depends. There's been situations where you can puke and rally.
Nice.
I've never really thrown up when I'm full.
I have.
Sounds awful. Does your stomach still handle it if it's like really full? Does it like have a hard time getting it out?
No, it fucking gets it out, dude. It's called overeating.
I feel like in those situations, it's like like in one vomit period, it'll get like a third or 2/3 of that content. It'll do one where you're like concerned about the lack of oxygen you're getting because it's all coming out right now.
Chris, where are we getting with this?
He was bringing up the historical fact that like back in the day they would throw up on purpose so they could keep feasting. And would you do that for Sizzler, Ryan? And Ryan says he doesn't want to throw up to keep eating Sizzler.
Yeah, Sizzler definitely isn't good enough for that.
Wow.
I also have like a slight phobia of throwing up. Don't know why, just do. So I refuse to throw up if I don't have
I
to.
agree. I woke up the other night with some razor blades in my tummy. I woke up with razor blades in my tummy. And I sat on the toilet, and the first thing that happened when I sat on the toilet, you know what happened, Angel?
You shit.
No, it was all gas. It was
Isn't that gay though?
and then I sat and
Why is everything
I
gay?
trying to squeeze out some little poopies.
Angel's so closeted.
And like such razor blades in your tummy, you think you're just gonna spew sewage everywhere, but instead it was just like tiny little pellets. Like this isn't gonna do it. And inside my body, I was like, I know if I throw up, everything will be better. But I refused to do it.
Draw the line.
So I sat there, did my little pumping method to try to squeeze the poop out, got a couple more pellets out, and then I went back to bed. And a couple hours later, woke up, sat on the toilet.
Pellets.
But if I threw up, would have been fine. I still refused.
There's so many times where I know that if I would have just thrown up like the night before, I wouldn't be so hungover.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like on the verge of throwing up, like, twisting and turning, and I won't do it. I'm like, bro, if you just throw up right now, you'll wake up tomorrow like fresh.
Right.
And my fear prevents me from doing that, and then I just have stomach ache the whole next day.
So with that, it was they coined the word. It was a sign of decadence that your party was so big and so good in Rome that you would do that and go puke it and everything. Now, but I think the downside is I think you guys are all onto something. I feel like vomiting is not something that you should utilize very often. I think your tummy uses it when it's being smart, like, hey, there's a problem. I'm going to go ahead and fix it for you. But see, we're all smart about not using that. And I think what that flips to is you get to this, like, you get people used to, what's the word? Like they become bulimic or bulimia, like, right? Which is
disorder.
Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. So I think that's something
sure
that's
back in the day
raised
that
after.
people were throwing up way more than they do now. For sure.
Yeah.
They would eat shit that they weren't supposed to be eating. Like they were throwing up all the time. Probably throwing up again was no big deal for them. Like, just another Friday.
And then after they do all these eatings, they would then move into the main course, which would be the giant orgy. So in this whole process, I think of this and that was an example of like high class there. And I realize nowadays, I don't think that's nearly as common at all. Just kind of how things have changed. So I think I'm really curious how guilty pleasures have changed since we were a kid to where we're at now and where guilty pleasures are going to be when you get older. Like, is Sizzler always going to hit for you, Ryan?
Yeah, I think so.
I think my guilty pleasure is always going to hit. I didn't say it.
What's yours?
Jollibee?
Yeah.
You guys are going to disagree like a motherfucker. It is Sam's Club.
Oh, I was totally going to say Costco food court. How I can't resist it. That I like every time I'm there, I'm like, give me a chicken bake. And I'm like, is it? That's what I was thinking. What's the definition of guilty pleasure? But I'm guessing Sam's Club food court, if I can remember, is similar.
Yeah.
Has different.
It basically, so for $3.98, you get a massive slice of cheese pizzas. Cheese pizza is my favorite pizza. Fuck pepperoni. And a hot dog.
I respect that.
And their hot dogs are amazing. So
sounds so bad for us. That's why it's a guilty pleasure. You're like, I shouldn't be eating all this shit, especially for $4. I'm gonna do it anyways.
Yeah, exactly. So Sam's Club.
And it's like, remember those like memes or those like TikToks were like, I just like spent $300 at Costco, and then I got a $1.50 hot dog. I couldn't resist it. It's like a reward.
It's like a reward. It's like a reward.
Like a reward.
I fucking love that movie.
So what do you get at Sam's Club then?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, $3.98. You ready? It is the hot dog combo with the slice of cheese, and that's it, baby.
So I don't really go to Costco or Sam's Club very often. The times that I do use those, I like to mail it in because every time I go, there's loads and loads of people, and that probably explains why I want to have a quiet lunch by myself. But someone told me that there's a thing called a Glizzard now, or a Glizzy.
Glizzy's the hot dog.
A glizzy is just like a fraternity term, like a bro term for a hot dog.
What's the one where you...
let me get a glizzy, bruh. There's like a chicken bake stuffed hot dog.
Yeah,
that
one.
That's the big one. Is the
what is that called?
Bake. I don't know what it's called, but you get a chicken bake.
It's like a forbidden. It's called like the forbidden chicken bake or something like that. I think they say that.
So you get a chicken bake and they get a hot dog and you shove the hot dog inside the chicken bake.
That's right.
You know, Steven, it almost reminds me of like a what is it? Hot dog stuffed chicken, right? So what did you order from that Thai place? It was
turkey stuffed chicken.
Yeah,
chicken stuffed chicken.
Yeah, something like that. Steven on DoorDash when he's drunk is great. Now it's funny. So guilty pleasure. We were talking about foods on this, but do you think shopping or walking through Sam's Club is a guilty pleasure? Is that kind of like a treat for you, Angel?
No, it isn't, because if I go through it, I want to gather just stuff because it's just $10, and after 10 things, that's $100, and after 20 things, it's $200. That's how they get you. And sometimes it's $17. That's an extra $7, and sometimes it's $5. You know. And it just averages out to $10 an item. So if you have 20 things in your basket, that's at $10 on average. That's $200. So that's how they get you.
So Angel, do you ever go there? Do you go to Sam's Club just for the food court, or is it just like I'm going
just for the pizza?
Okay. So there's been times where you have not gone inside the store. You've just done wherever their food court is. I
feel like I'm stealing. Okay. I just walk out of there. I just spend under $4 for like dinner or for lunch.
Do you take your mask off?
Mask?
Yeah, your ski mask.
Yeah. I take my ski mask off, and I'm like, I'm getting away with something.
Yeah, so if you take it off, it's not stealing, right?
This is wild.
Yeah.
Costco food court's way better than shit Sam's Club.
How dare you? How dare you?
Whoa, fighting words.
Fucking Sam's Club's the Walmart of fucking.
It is literally owned by Walmart, so I don't.
With how Ryan, with how thrifty you are and wanting to like save, cut corners, get deals on stuff, you subscribe to the more expensive Costco over the cheaper Sam's Club alternate?
About like 10 cents.
Yeah, Costco's better.
Costco, as far as I know, the food court is better. I've only had Sam's Club food court once, so I don't think I've ever had their hot dogs, so I can't really say
I've had the Sam's Club pizza, and it's a pale comparison to the Costco pizza. Everything about Sam's Club is just a poor comparison. It's just China copying of Costco.
I mean, Sam's Club is closer to my house. I'm pretty sure it'd be Costco if it was closer to my house. But I just got a Sam's Club closer to me.
Communism.
What? Why is it communism?
You'll know someday.
So Ryan, to correct you, so Walmart owns Sam's Club, and Walmart is based out of Arkansas, which is one of the most American states in all of the United States.
But they get all their product from China, so they're traitors.
I will never not go to Costco because the business mantra that has been instilled there is respectable. Like their markups, and they're true to.
They just do 10% on everything,
beliefs. Right? 15 is
okay.
max. But that's what I heard on a documentary. But also, like, they do stuff like they're never like the guy's like not gonna raise the price of the hot dog. He doesn't care how much money he's gonna lose. Just like, you're not raising the cost of it, and they stick to it. Like, how many places do you know that stick to like a scruple like that? Like, nope, our rotisserie is gonna be cheap. It's gonna be something we lose money on, but it's gonna bring people to the store. The samples that they give out, like, they just have their thing. And Sam's Club copies it, which I don't blame them.
Whoa, I'm going to stop you right there, Steven. Don't for a second think that it's Costco giving away the samples.
Is it not Costco? No. Are you educating me now? It's the company.
It's the company. It's whoever's there. They hire a company.
They pay for a demo, right? Because I think Costco has like sample people.
They don't belong to. They're not Costco employees.
Oh, they're not?
The people handing out the samples are not Costco employees. It's like a marketing company that's hired by whatever the sample it is and giving it out. Now, sometimes it will be like a Kirkland brand product, which it seems very rare that it's actually a Kirkland product they're giving samples for.
Yeah. No, I get it. It makes sense that it's not actually their employees. I just thought they had like full-time like sample people. Now, you would say sample ladies, but now it's 2024 and you can't be sexist. And I'm sure there's a guy that does it. But like I would always call them the sample ladies growing up. Oh, the sample lady. Can I have one, Mom?
Can I get a hot dog?
Fucking savages over by the sample ladies these days. People fucking...
Getting older makes me hate Costco like for those reasons, right? The narcissism surrounding the samples.
Like
it's
you
like
fucking have nuts.
Horrendous.
It's so nuts.
No, people will literally fucking like box you out so they can get like 3 or 4 of them for their like invisible family.
Yeah.
Dude, they'll just take and they'll just sit there and like nobody else exists in the world. It's like get your sample and get out. Stop being a dick. Or they're like kind of like be sniffing around it, acting like they're not interested, but they're like
wait for the
side-eyeing
for
it the whole
oven
time.
to ding.
Like, shut the fuck up. Yeah, I'm like, dude, how fucking fat are you that you're waiting for this like half of a dumpling, bro? Like, and you're like jonesing for it. You're thirsty, bitch. Like side eyeing it, like, oh, I don't really care. And as soon as they put it on the plate, they're like, ah, fucking grab it. Don't get me started on the parking lots, dude. That's another fucking the parking lots at those places.
The hack for Costco is you just go. You go on a weekday.
Park in the back.
No, you go on a weekday around 8:30, and you can get in, get out super quick. Nobody's there. It's great.
At night?
Yeah. The samples won't be there.
Yeah.
But
No.
you'll be able to go in there, get whatever you need, and get the fuck out.
I was going to say, weekdays are not safe. I go to the Costco during the weekdays and, like, at work when we're going to stock up the office full of shit. We'll go to, and dude, it's like 2 o'clock. It's busy. I'm like, do the fuck people work? But then again, I'm there. But I'm on the clock. I'm on the clock.
I'm getting paid to shop at Costco.
I go to the golf course, like we'll play hooky, and you go to the golf course on like a Tuesday, and it's packed, full of dudes our age just golfing. Like, did fucking anybody work? But I'm there, so like, I can't just
That's a lot of what I was hearing in that 24-hour draft. It was like, don't you guys work? Instead, you're like talking smack to each other, this, that, and the other. And
I don't buy that excuse. Like, sorry guys, I'm fucking working. Like, you don't take a piss or you don't take a shit break. Like, it doesn't take rocket science to draft a player. Like, you're sitting there pinching off a turd. Dude, just pick a guy. Don't make everybody wait 8 hours because you're working. Shut the fuck up. You go on your phone. Chris is like, I was in a meeting for 5 hours.
nope. Steven did not like that.
I was like, sounds like a waste of everybody's time. They probably had like a bunch of dudes in there billing $100 an hour, just fucking, how should we do this? It's like fucking just whacking their dicks.
Dude, Steven, were you there? Because that is very accurate.
It's expensive meeting. Just a bunch of rich people like just going over stupid details of something so they can feel important. I got to fart so bad right now.
Do it.
Oh my god, this feels so good.
What about our special guest?
Special guest.
So when it comes to guilty pleasures, I think there is a one and only special guest that the CoinOp Cowboys need to talk about. And that would be the one, the only, the Guy Ferrari.
What about him? Like the restaurants he goes
to? Diners, drive-in, and dives.
I love that
guy,
show
right?
because I can always tell when he doesn't really like it that much, and he's still like really nice to the people.
Mm-hmm,
like he doesn't really like it, but he was just like, "Yeah, bro, keep doing what you're doing." He gives him a little fist bump, but when he likes something, he just like keeps eating it. Oh fuck, this is so good. So I like watching for that.
Every restaurant I've been to that's been on that show has been severely disappointing.
I agree. I did some spots in Maui when we were there that were like, oh, well, this one's been on driving. It was just like not good. I'm like, why was this on? You just go to like the little chicken man on the corner and it's fucking bomb.
The with Guy Fieri, is his whole life just consistent guilty pleasure? I mean, because everything he's eating,
his whole life is Flavor Town.
Yeah, every time I watch him, I was like, you know what? That looks good. Like everything I see him eat looks good. And if my job was to go around and try tasty foods, feel like that'd be a guilty pleasure for me.
I think watching his show is a guilty pleasure more than anything. You're like Storage Wars.
Oh, I
that's
love
a good one
Storage
too. Yeah, I like a good Storage Wars.
I would love to talk about guilty pleasure shows. Now we
That's
can
a
get
different
into guilty
episode.
pleasure
Steve.
games.
That's a different episode.
I know. Could have just done a guilty pleasure episode.
I asked I was talking to my wife about that, and I was like, oh, what about like, could you have a guilty pleasure show? She's like, it's called trash TV. And I was like, is all guilty pleasure trash TV? She's like, yes, that is correct. So Guy Fieri, with him going around and doing all that, do you think it's actually ruining him in the aspect of, do you think it was cool for him at first and now it's, it's almost like, it's like if you have a hobby and then the hobby turns into a job, it's not the same feel as a hobby. So do you think him going around and tasting all these foods that he used to enjoy, do you think he's not getting that anymore?
No, I think he still is.
Yeah.
Because it's not like he's going to the same restaurants everywhere. He's going to new places all the time.
I see. And even with that, getting to try all that good stuff, the one thing that brings to my mind is the IPA beer. Now, we talked about it on a previous episode that when I first started drinking beers, I was drinking these IPAs, and looking back at it, I'm not quite sure why I got so wild on it, with the exception of, I know Ryan is still hardcore diehard IPA fan, probably more of a hazy IPA fan, but
no, don't care for the hazies.
Oh, okay. Just the raw, give me the good stuff right in the veins.
Yeah.
So, but I have these IPAs, and when I get something like if I get enchiladas, I like to put like extra sauce on it. Or if I get if I get In-N-Out burger, I was like, dude, can I get some of that extra spread on there? And I'm realizing, I think I'm big on flavor in the aspect of, I don't know if I burnt off my taste buds when I was a kid or what, but when I want something, I want it with a ton of flavor, because I'm not sure if I'm getting it all or not. Now, my wife, on the other hand, she's like, no, just like, you just got to dip it a little bit in ranch. You don't need to dip the whole thing in ranch. And I'm thinking, for the guilty pleasure aspect, does the drastic sauce or drastic flavor make a difference or not? Do you think that's going to be a make or break? So another question I had was, I Googled rankings of the best all-you-can-eat buffet chains in the United States.
Okay.
Interesting. Which one do you think you guys can guess? Golden Corral is numero dos. Big number 2 on there. Why do you think Golden Corral is number 2?
The Midwest fat fucks.
It's just a salad bar, right?
Golden Corral?
No, Golden Corral is like a bunch of meat.
I've only been to Golden Corral one time, and it was when I was driving back from Colorado, so you might be onto something there.
Never been.
But I'm also like, I feel like buffets, I'm good for like a plate, maybe a plate and a half. But I feel like when I go there, I just want to almost try as many things as possible. So I take like a very small scoop of each thing, figure out what it is, and I'll go back and get a half plate of the good stuff and call it good.
I hate buffets.
I'd much rather just get a moderately priced single meal than go to a buffet.
Yes. I am not the buffet guy.
I've never been to a buffet that's good.
What about a Vegas buffet?
Overrated.
They're all shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Highly overrated.
I only eat the crab legs.
Yeah. That's what I always hear, like on those TikToks.
As many as you can.
It's like paper thin bacon.
Yeah.
Paper thin bacon, like watery eggs. Like it's like a continental breakfast on steroids.
And, and it's funny because in that Vegas buffet, you can go and get prime rib, but if you were to go to a normal restaurant and just order a slice of prime rib, that prime rib is always way better, and the au jus sauce is better, and the creamy horseradish is better.
Yeah.
I don't know. The buffet, I think the buffet is cooked and meant to be fast production.
Also, I don't have the stomach for it. I can't fit that much fucking shit. I get so bloated so fast.
Because you're a bitch.
Well, dude, if you start puking and rattly with some decadence, you might be able to.
So what's the number one? What's the number one buffet chain? Is it
number one.
It's the Sizzler, isn't it?
It's not. You're not going to guess number one, but you can guess some other ones.
Soup Plantation.
No, so Soup Plantation, I think, is on here.
Dude, I actually like that one. That was the one buffet I liked. We ate it a lot.
It was Soup Plantation is like number 10, I think. 10, 11, no. 12. Number 12, Soup Plantation. I also really like Soup Plantation. I did not have it until I was maybe like mid-20s. And I went there, I was like, it just looked like Sizzler, but quality, I guess is a way to think about it. And there was much more for the salad stuff. And I really enjoyed it. And I was thinking, and so my question for Soup Plantation was, does your guilty pleasure have to be food that's bad for you? Could your guilty pleasure be Soup Plantation, which for the most part is better for you?
You have better options, yeah.
Yeah. So you could still call it a guilty pleasure, right?
Yeah. I think guilty pleasure would be a buffet of any sort. You'd probably gorging yourself on it. Oh, I don't really eat at a lot of places that much anymore, especially guilty pleasure places. Like stick to like In-N-Out, which I don't think is considered a guilty pleasure.
I consider that one a guilty pleasure because I usually don't have patience to sit in the line. So if I have a moment where I catch it at a good time or I'm able to sit in line, I'm like, oh man, this is a treat, because I can't like DoorDash it or do anything different. I have to just wait in that line to make it happen. A lot of times I don't have patience for that. I also got kids that I get them an In-N-Out burger and they're like, this is terrible, I want McDonald's. I'm like, you take that back right now.
Yeah.
But you also had Shakey's was number 8 on here. Sizzler was number 7. And that might have been it. Number 1, I don't know if anyone has heard of this, but it's Shady Maple Smorgasbord.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no idea. No idea.
I'm gonna look it up.
You know, I think so I also like sushi. When Steven was talking about sushi being his guilty pleasure, I do enjoy sushi because I'm actually the only person in my household that likes seafood at all. So anytime I can get seafood hits the spot. Like if I'm at work and my coworker's like, hey, we should get some lunch. What should we get for lunch? I said, seafood, whatever you want, some kind of seafood. Let's get sushi. Let's get a poke bowl. Let's go get fish tacos, whatever it is. And it works. So do you guys have meals that you kind of hide from your significant other or your family because they don't like it?
No. This Shady Maple looks like shit.
It was just like meatballs in a tray. It did not look good.
And this is like them. This is like their best presentation too, because it's on their website. So it's like this
the stuff they're bragging about, huh?
Look.
Yeah. I realize my family also doesn't like Indian food. And I have like curry, like so like curry Thai food and curry for Indian food too have both been very good. So a lot of times if I'm like by myself or something, or maybe I don't know, whatever, I can order some Indian food. I go for it. But I realize Indian food, I feel like, is something that if you eat periodically, your stomach's like just not ready for it. It's not ready for the flavor town, you know? So do you guys get Indian food?
All the time.
Yeah. What do you get though? Anything?
Oh my gosh. That's at the bottom of the Shady Maple website. It says, don't risk it for a biscuit. Taking food from the smorgasbord is considered shoplifting.
People are stuffing potato wedges into their pockets.
They have a no waste policy.
What does that mean? Is that like they won't give you more than they think you can eat?
Every time I've been to a buffet that says you can't have leftovers, like they've never fucked with me on it.
Oh, like you can't take them home or something?
No, like say you're at all you can eat sushi and they're like, don't order more than you can eat, and you have like 2 rolls left. Like I've never been...
yeah, they don't come back and like charge you extra for those 2 rolls, right?
They're pretty much just pleading people to only take what they'll eat and not to waste the food.
Probably because it's their bottom line, right?
100%.
You guys remember well, maybe I'll have Angel for this one. So Steven, when I order this Indian food, the main thing that I've been getting is just tikka masala, which I think is like the most stereotypical one. I've gotten the butter chicken, and I feel like it's the same. Is there a difference between?
Yeah, they're very similar.
It's so similar. I really don't know the difference too much. They're both
gotcha. But I feel like the real trick is you can't just get tikka masala. You need to get like some kind of a rice, and then you get the
garlic
naan bread. Yeah, you get and I noticed the garlic naan is drastically different than just the regular naan bread.
See, so that's where the bullshit of Indian food is, though. You order your butter chicken, but you can't just order the butter chicken. You have to order the rice too.
Yeah.
Well, why can't they just give you rice with the butter chicken? Charge me for it. Put it in. That's fine. Don't make me order it separately.
Yeah. The place down the street that I order from. So my tikka masala is for the most part, it's like 2 servings worth. So like I'll eat it for dinner and then I'll have like an equal serving for lunch or dinner the next day, and it's fine. But if I order the rice that comes with it, It is a to-go box that is filled to the brim. It is this giant block of rice that is way drastically more than I need. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do. But I haven't really branched out. Like what are the other Indian food items that I should be branching out to?
Last time I ate it, like somebody ordered like this lamb something or other. I don't remember the names. They just order it and I'm like, okay, I'll eat it.
Okay, it was good?
It was really good.
Rule of thumb of Indian food: order your tikka masala and then close your eyes and point.
Something.
And get that too.
Nice.
Live dangerously, my friend. Yikes.
Now, I remember Angel used to send us this YouTube video, and maybe the listeners out there, if you have seen this YouTube enthusiast, you can write in about it. But I specifically remember he was a guy, and he would get some form of food. Like this one, for example, I remember it was like nachos. It was Guy Fieri's trash can nachos, and it was like a kit, and you make it at home. So he would make the nachos and then he would pour it into a grinder and he would grind it all up. And then he would take that material and he would put it into a sausage casing. So he would create sausage out of this product and then he would twist it off and then he would cook the sausage and eat the sausage and then grate it. Angel, do you remember those videos?
Sounds like an Angel video.
Shout out to Ordinary Sausage. Yeah.
Ordinary sausage?
Tribe
Nice.
Ordinary Sausage, yep.
Yeah. And the different things he was putting there, it was ironic. The first one that I saw made me laugh because it was the Guy Fieri's one. And the Guy Fieri one, he keeps making jokes the whole time. And he's
11 steps.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, we're making nachos, and you get this like rule book of how to, I have this Cheesecake Factory menu board of how to assemble nachos. And he's like, look, you put the chips down, you dump the stuff on top, done. But they had like 7 steps.
It's such a good bit.
Yeah. And then he pointed out, he's like, dude, someone got the ratio off because they give you like 3 times as many chips as you actually need. So you put all the toppings on top, you have all this leftover chips. So when he put it all in a grinder, like 3/4 of his grind was just chips because all the other ingredients didn't get in there.
Yeah. That's such a good bit.
It was funny to make me think. I was like, I don't know why I didn't really put 2 and 2 together of like how sausage is made more or less. I'm like, oh, so you just take some meat, you grind it up with its spices and stuff, and then you just like feed it through the film and twist it off and you're good to go. And this guy just took it on another level of, well, I'm going to make a sausage out of whatever I want.
Basically anything. That's such a good idea. That's like, innovation. You think of trying to find that kind of niche of like something that nobody has ever tried before, and then you become viral. Like that guy's viral as hell.
Yep.
And it's just, how do you come up with something like that? And when somebody comes up with it, then you're set.
That's right.
It's wild.
Got it all dialed. Man, I just know that when I took my elk to this meat processor guy, and he said, "Oh, I can make some hot Italian sausage," and I was like, "Sure, let's go for it." And those had to be by far some of the best elk hot sausage links I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
Now, the reason I want to bring it up is Steven and his wife were always reminding me that I talked about it all the time and how good they were, and they never had an opportunity to try it. So, Steven, I remember I left a package with you in your freezer, and I was just wondering how those sausages turned out.
They were so good, Chris.
Thank you.
I couldn't believe how tasty they were.
He didn't need them.
Yeah.
I brought them to something, actually.
Super Bowl?
Forget what I brought them to. No, I remember bringing them to something and cooking and eating them somewhere. But I can't remember exactly. It was a long time ago.
I just remember your boss kept giving me a hard time, too. I think I didn't give one to him, or he always wanted some, or same principle.
He definitely wants some.
Well, they're all gone now. You got the last one.
Nice.
But this September, hopefully we'll be back to back.
Reset.
I want to eat them at your D&D day.
There you go.
It's like what D&D day is all about, is eating sausage.
Well, we're definitely not gonna have that sausages on D&D day, but we can go get some cool sausages. Actually, I think culinary sous chef Steven said he's gonna cook breakfast burritos for us this time.
That's what I read.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I am cooking breakfast burritos.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to put my apron on. Fucking.
Well, that means you need to show up before noon,
I just
Angel.
said that I can make a better breakfast burrito.
Say again?
I can make a better breakfast burrito than you guys can pick up.
Oh.
There we go.
Nice little wife.
Chorizo.
Oh, I can't have chorizo.
Why?
It's very, very heavy.
You fucking eat whatever the fuck you want.
How dare you? What are you insinuating?
You eat that big ass pastrami sandwich. You eat all the candy.
Not every day.
You're gonna complain about
Not
chorizo?
every day. And chorizo's so fucking fatty, dude. It's so processed.
What if you eat a soy?
That's gay though.
Chorizo.
See, chorizo's a fucking losing meat because it's so fatty naturally, and then if you have it soy, you just turn gay.
Well, I just put like a bit of it in the eggs. Like I don't do like a ton.
Yeah, don't overdo it.
Just a little gay. Okay.
It's almost like you want to coat the eggs with it. Like it's like scrambling eggs. You want to coat the scrambled eggs with it. You don't want your chorizo to be, more quantity than the eggs.
If we're actually gonna do it, I'm gonna actually slow cook something before and make my favorite machaca.
Machaca is good, dude.
There you go, like a good machaca.
Well, I would just slow cook a pork the night before.
What?
And get it all shredded, get it all shredded.
You wouldn't.
Or like beef or something.
Is that D&D day like actually in the books? I thought Richard was like not able to make it.
Who cares if who cares?
well, so
you can't make it. I'm not gonna skip it because of one.
Yeah,
dude.
well, I pitched it out there. I said, hey, like, should we pick a different day? And then we just haven't circled back to it yet. We'll see.
You said May 8th?
Was that it, Chris?
No, it's in June, I think.
June 8th.
Sounds right.
Remember an 8?
Yeah, June 8th.
Hell yeah.
I think if I did have a guilty pleasure food, it definitely could be sushi because I really love sushi. But the one that's more normal or I have access to would probably be like barbecue food. So much so of like if we go somewhere and someone can just do a really well done like smoked brisket or a pulled pork, I feel like those just like hit the spot. And they're definitely with the idea of they have so much sugar and goody things in it that I can't eat it very often. But when I do, I really enjoy good smoked brisket.
Interesting. Brisket. Barbecue. What do you think of Dickie's barbecue?
Not good.
Shit.
Like
really?
It's the Sizzler of the barbecue world.
He said the Sizzler.
It's like Dickie's is almost like cafeteria food is what I feel like. Everything you can tell is just like speed processed, ready to go. Not really a whole lot love to it. There's not a whole lot of smokiness on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I always enjoyed the one where you go up to Oak Glen to pick apples, and there's a guy out there that had been like smoking meat since 5 a.m. this morning. And you want to get some of that brisket sandwich before it's all gone.
Damn. Actually sounds good. I'm gonna have some busy bee tomorrow.
So it's unfortunate.
So what?
He said that's unfortunate, but I was gonna say get the mustard mayonnaise sauce. Make the world of a difference.
Well, that's true.
From the Sizzler, yes.
Now you got me thinking. My guilty pleasure.
Cock.
Grow up. San Diego taco shop, burrito shop. More like a burrito shop. Little Mexican food in San Diego, getting a big carne asada burrito the size of a baby. And in San Diego, they make it with that really good thick flour tortilla. And they like mostly just put meat in. There's no beans and cheese. The San Diego style burrito is all good, no filler.
Yeah, like I
all killer, no filler.
I hate it when you get a burrito and they like load it up with a lot of rice or a lot of beans or something. Like when I go to Chipotle, for example, like beans and rice. No, like you don't want any. I was like, no, I want the fajitas. I want the fajita stuff, the meat, and then toppings to go from there. Mm-hmm. They don't like that for some reason.
Well, then what's your guilty pleasure fast food?
McDonald's. Jack in the Box tacos.
Wait, that's two different.
Del Taco.
That's three different.
What do you mean? I can't have more than one?
Yeah.
Man, that's tough.
I have more than one.
If you were like, oh my God, dude. Okay, so what's the scenario in which a guilty pleasure would be in game? Where the fuck did Ryan go?
He probably went to get some McDonald's.
I don't believe him.
Go to bed.
Oh.
Chipotle is shit.
He says
your shit.
I have a Chipotle hack for all the fine listeners out there. So Christopher's complaining about the lack of meat.
Say less.
In his Chipotle. Let me tell you the trick to getting extra meats at a cheap cost, Christopher. Are you ready?
Tell me.
Take a seat.
I'm sitting.
So the trick to Chipotle and getting extra meat is you order half of two different meats. You say, give me half steak, give me half chicken. And that person working in behind on the little assembly line, whatever the fuck you want to call it, they will give you a full scoop of each.
Because they don't care.
But you'll only be charged for the more expensive of the two meats.
Well done.
Right on.
Well done. I need to do that. What are your two meats then? Barbacoa and steak?
Chicken and steak.
Chicken and steak? You don't like the barbacoa?
I like the
barbacoa's
barbacoa,
the
but
best.
I don't like to mix it.
I don't see if I eat if I eat Chipotle, I get diarrhea. If I eat Rubio's, I get
Well,
diarrhea.
yeah,
for
everything
sure.
you eat gives you diarrhea.
No, I haven't had diarrhea in a long
not
And
time.
when I was
hot dogs.
getting
I don't eat
water,
Chipotle.
you're all fucking wrong because rice and beans are delicious in a burrito.
Rice and
No.
beans are good, but the burritos I grew up on were like all meat, some guacamole. Like, well, it was always like the sour cream guacamole. It wasn't like the real shit. It was like sour cream with like green powder in it, but it was bomb. And then they would put like a pico de gallo in it. So it was meat, guac.
So you're
pico.
from San Diego, right? The area?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was watching a comedy stand-up special where this guy was playing in La Jolla,
Yes.
and he was like, "You can make friends with anyone from San Diego as long as you buy him a burrito." Is that true?
Yes. It's a culture.
I'm gonna buy you a burrito. I'm gonna say the meanest things and just buy you a burrito.
Okay, say it.
Will that work?
Dude, that's like a love language down there.
I would love to watch that.
Burritos, like San Diego people pride, like, and it's all like gringos, right? Too, like it's like a bunch of like what white surfer dudes love to eat, and like it's really like, yeah, carne asada burritos or Cali burritos. A lot of people like California burritos.
I gotta get the
I was never a California burrito guy. I keep the potatoes out, but everybody gets California burritos.
I don't know. I won't even mean any of the mean things. I just want to see how well the burrito works on you.
Dude, it's different. I come up here and I thought, oh, like
It's not gonna work. You already know him, Angel. You have to go.
The food
You have to
up
go to
here-
San Diego and be mean to somebody, then offer them a burrito. A stranger.
No, that sounds dangerous. I just want to do it.
dude, everybody up here gets all worked up over King Taco. Like, oh, dude, that is trash.
King Taco
Like,
is mediocre.
it's not even that good. It's not even that good. Any San Diego taco shop will blow that shit out of the water. Like LA Mexican food is like Chris said, there's like so much beans and rice and everything. Like, and then they use that little like meat that they like cut up into like minuscule little
Yeah.
pieces. It's like what is this little like size of a mini M&M.
I used to go to a taco stand that they like got so successful they rented out the building next to where they would park at like 1 a.m. after football games.
Mm-hmm.
Tacos El Gallito. They franchise. They're really good. Really.
Sounds like something I've been to in like Long Beach. I think I went to one
Maybe.
of those.
Yeah, this was in Wilmot's.
Well, either way, like there are good taco shops. I think LA is more of the street taco vibe. That's what I think of LA. And San Diego is more of like the burrito.
Yeah, I kind of respect this group because they came from like a used nasty truck, but their food was so good they eventually like bought out most of the building that they're in now, and they still have
Good
their
for them.
truck, which is
It's like the
fucking
American dream right there.
exactly.
Oh, that's another guilty pleasure, like a birria from like a truck.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, dude, there's nothing more flavorful like in the Mexican food world than like birria tacos
Dude, god damn it!
with a consomme. Dude, doesn't that make you hungry?
I'm hungry now. I'm gonna go order something right now.
Yeah. Good old pillow.
I know. I'll fucking destroy some food if it was in front of me right now. How about some good old how about this for a guilty pleasure? Alberto's at 2 a.m. Super fries. Been there, done that many times.
Yes.
Dude, smashing your face full of Alberto's back in college when you were fucked up was the most pleasure you could ever experience in life. Like better than fucking. It was so good.
Have you guys ever eaten while having sex?
No, I don't think no, definitely.
Why not?
Just never thought of doing that.
I feel like I saw that on like Real World or something where
Disgusting.
What?
Yeah.
What do you mean it's
Fucking
disgusting?
disgusting.
How dare you judge our listeners? I'm pretty sure somebody has fucking had sex and just started.
Have
just
some
to let
fucking
me.
self-control.
That's what the Romans did. The Romans were like vomiting and eating while they were having
Hey,
sex.
dude, take this fucking sausage juice while I fucking chow down on this hamburger. Oh, yeah. Fucking gross.
Optimizing pleasure.
No, it's fucking gross.
Oh god. Just throwing up.
I'm down for like, I'm not even really into that. Like the like whipped cream or like chocolate syrup crap. Like, it's not. Doesn't really do anything for me. Like I'll do it.
Need some of that fatty tuna belly, right? On little tea leaves.
I would eat sushi off of a hot naked
It's not the
Like
same
my
though.
wife.
It's not the
No,
same
Michael.
as being in mid thrust and fucking grabbing a piece of sushi. Nom, nom, nom.
This is the pinnacle of human existence.
I'm pretty sure there's a place in Orange County where you can like literally, it's like a strip club and sushi bar, and you can eat sushi.
Win-win.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never had strip club tacos. Chris, I remember you mentioned something about that. Care to say more?
So, yes. So as we were talking,
Plead the fifth.
we were talking about what should we do for guilty pleasure, and I said, well, in my younger days, I remember we were at a strip club, and we saw that in the corner of the strip club there was like a guy cooking food, like a little mini kitchen there, and I was like, "Are you serving food, bro?" And he's like, "Yeah, man. Like I'll cook you up whatever you want." I said, "What? Surprise me! What do you got?" And he's like, "Dude, I got the best carne asada tacos." And he spent a few minutes. And he cooked up like 4 giant carne asada tacos. He's like, "Here you go." And I remember I drank a lot, and I ate the taco, and I was like, oh, these tacos are not too bad. It was like the next days where I was curious, like if there was any health code violations I should be concerned about.
Oh, we all ate those tacos.
Yeah.
No questions asked. I heard a lot of strip clubs like cook a lot of food. Like people come for like I never thought to eat at a strip club, but
like Oregon, right? Someone was telling me in Oregon, apparently people would go to dinner at strip clubs.
Wow.
And I was like, no, I sure it's not after dinner. Like, no, it's very normalized where you go there and you're like eating a steak, and the strippers come around and they'll do their thing while you're eating your steak, and then kind of move on and do the show and whatever.
dude, that's hot. That's
Super
actually
normal. Oregon.
Like I'm eating my steak like a caveman, and this like naked woman is like shoving her tits in my face. I'm just like, oh, that's peak. That's peak. Show me to Oregon.
What's your
please.
favorite cut of steak?
Depends. I just had a shit. Well, I think a ribeye is like pretty safe, but sometimes I'm not in the mood for all that fucking fat, because a good prime ribeye is gonna have a ton of fucking fat on it. It's delicious. But I think this is not popular, but I think my all-time favorite cut of steak is a tenderloin, a fillet.
Oh, yeah, it's not popular.
I know. I really am a marinade, dry rub kind of guy. Like most places can put a good crust on a fillet and make a really
What are you, a
good piece of
Christian?
it. Anyways,
You know
sure.
what?
Fucking with you.
You don't like the sauce, man? I feel like get like a ribeye and put some fancy barbecue sauce or something on it.
Yeah, ribeye or fillet, both are good. It just depends on how fatty I want to go for the night. I don't typically go to New York because I feel like aren't New York's just the shitty side of the porter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm down for whatever. I mean, I love like the skirt steak or like a
Dude.
like a
Skirt
flank.
steaks where it's at. Flank steaks, yeah. Yeah.
Because I like marinades, and those are like some of the best steaks to
Yeah.
marinate. I mean, grill them, like grilled steak. Barbecue is my favorite way to cook it.
What about you, Chris?
So I've always been a fan of the ribeye. I think I like the ribeye because it's what I get from the Stater Brothers meat calendar all the time. But I love beef. I would probably say of all the different meats, like, you know, pork chops are okay. I like pulled pork is cool. Carnitas are cool, but I don't feel like I can eat, pork back to back. Chicken is kind of whatever. Like, I feel like I eat chicken just because it's like something different, or maybe a little on the healthier side. And I like fish, but I still don't eat that fast enough. But like beef, I probably could eat steaks, some form of steak or something, like most nights. You know, if we're just like, we're gonna do prime rib tonight. All right, cool, let's do that. All right, we're gonna do the New York steak, dry aged for 3 months. Yeah, sure, let's do that. And one of my favorite restaurants in Orange County is the Ranch. And when you go there, they just have souped up steaks. But the ironic part was, last time I went there, they gave me by far one of the most rare steaks of my life. It was so bad.
Where is the Ranch?
And
It's like
North
kinda-
Anaheim.
Okay. It's not what
by
I'm thinking.
Disneyland.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah.
that place is. I'm not sure if I'm sold on it yet. Like I recognize there's really good aspects to it, and they're very popular, so they're not doing bad for themselves. But
Like
I don't think everything there is good.
I've been there 5 or 6 times, and I would say it's just like I've had 1 or 2. That one time was the worst. I had another one that was kind of okay, but outside of that, and I think it's because I've been trying to change up and try different things on the menu. But there was another time I went there where they gave me this cut of meat that it's the one where you don't have to chew. You just kind of like it just falls apart, and just like
Brace,
push
like
on your mouth a little bit, and it's good to go.
Wow, that's wild.
Have you guys had like a Texas barbecue, like beef short rib?
Not
I
really.
think so.
It was in Austin, Texas, and they're pretty well known for their like Texas barbecue. They have Franklin's and some other places that are really, really popular, and they do a lot of briskets and stuff.
Oh yeah,
they do like a beef short rib at like this place called Terry Black's, and it was the most delicious thing I ever. Like a beef short rib or like braised short ribs, like they're really fat. That's my favorite cut, Angel. There you go. I came up with something unique.
There you go.
Short rib. Beef short ribs.
What about you, Ryan?
and it's
A pillow.
I can't hear you.
so it's ironic. I've learned when you like slow cook like a pork butt to make like a shredded beef pulled pork sandwich. Every recipe that I read says buy the one with the bone in. They say if you cook meat with bone in, it pushes so much more flavor out. So I think Steven's onto something. That braised short rib is good because you have the giant bone in there that's kind of mixing it out. And if you get the ribeye that's boneless, it's just not going to hit the same.
Interesting.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I guess Ryan wants to wrap this thing up, huh?
Yeah, I think that's true.
Going to bed.
I can't hear you, dude. You got to get closer to your mic. Ryan, I can't hear you. Ryan, I can't hear you.
Ryan, this Fallout game's stupid. I was in the mech armor.
You're fucking playing video
then-
games or doing the podcast, you piece of shit.
So they told me to go get this mech armor. So I go and get the fusion core. I go get the mech armor. I come back down. They're like, "So there's this mech armor." I'm like, "I'm in the mech armor." Like you don't see me in this fucking thing.
There you go, Ryan. Is this your last episode?
Yeah, you ruined
There
it,
you go.
Steven.
Thanks a lot, Steven.
You're welcome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of With Your Favorite People. I mean, and I truly mean your favorite people. I mean, we are the best in the world with entertainment, and that's guaranteed. And we're going to go ahead and say good night and goodbye. And we're going to go in the perfect order for saying goodbye. And of course, this is the perfect order for saying goodbye. It's not the same as the intro, but nevertheless, it's still a good order. I have faith in this order. Now we're going to start. Last episode, I just kind of let it go freebie and I felt kind of like an asshole. So we're going to do it right. We're going to have Chris start it off.
Well, CoinOp-ians, I hope you thoroughly enjoyed that. We tried to cover the bases everywhere. We gave you, the inner workings of the guilty pleasure. And, the big thing I want to say to you is, you got all the way through our episode here. You know what? You deserve a little pat on the back yourself. Why don't you take a moment out of your day and go get that guilty pleasure where it's going to be either maybe you want to go get down on the cheese bread at Sizzler or go get some coffee in a quiet corner, or as Steven's alluding to, we all need to go get some fillets right now or some braised short ribs. So whatever it is, get out there, enjoy it, and have a good night.
Oh, very good. Thank you so much, Chris. Next up in the perfect order to close out, and of course it's different from the beginning, it's closing out, is Steven.
First of all, guys, when it comes to guilty pleasures, and especially my experience, I regret nothing. I don't regret going to the Taco Bell. I don't regret going to Jack in the Box. I don't regret getting myself fatty steaks and expensive sushi. I don't fucking regret it. So fuck off, guilty pleasures. And also go fuck yourself, Megan. I'm out.
You said fuck yourself, Megan. Okay, thank you very much, Steven.
You're welcome.
Last but certainly not least, and of course, in the perfect order, because this is the perfect order to close out, after Chris, and then after Steven, following them, in this order. Why aren't you getting mad? Ryan.
He's playing.
I'm not. My hands are right here. You
He fucking knows I'm trying to make him mad. Ryan.
You can't make me mad.
It only makes me want to make you mad. Ryan, if you can close us out, please.
Yes. Well, good night. CoinOp-ians is your favorite cowboy. Signing off. And I have a special message
Special message?
for Carl. Now, Carl, I want you to go get your guilty pleasure today.
Yikes.
And after your guilty pleasure, I want you to hear this in your ear. You're a real piece of shit for getting that. You fucking pig. Don't you ever fucking do that again. You fucking piece of shit. You didn't even deserve that. Go back to fucking Panera Bread. You fucking piece of shit.
What are you doing?
Is that how you talk to yourself?
Is this how you jerk off, dude?
Is this like personal experience? Is this how you talk to yourself?
You fucking piece of shit, Carl.
Ryan goes, eats a bag of Taco Bell, and he's telling himself, "You
fucking piece of shit.
You didn't earn that."
You didn't earn this. You're gonna eat it anyway because you're a piece of shit.
Fuck you,
Yikes.
Carl.
Fuck you, Carl. Yikes. All right, thanks, Ryan. Wonder he's never answered back. All right.
Who? Carl?
Carl. He hasn't written back, and neither has Kyle.
I think Carl and Kyle have written in every week under different names.
You think so?
It's because it's Angel. Angel's writing all the email.
Yeah. It's Angel.
There's a pattern. If you put all the names together and do like the letter switching, some message pops
No
out.
fucking time to do any of that shit. I don't know.
That's why you use ChatGPT.
Oh yeah, ChatGPT.
Takes
I got
two
no
buttons.
fucking time.
You fucking, you're full of shit. You have no time.
I have no time.
You spent 40 hours playing a game demo.
I left it on.
It's a bold-faced lie, and you know it.
You guys want to hear a secret?
What?
Nope.
Okay, I won't tell you.
I said what?
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
See you later, mate.
Man, don't forget to slick back your hairs this weekend.
Are you?
Chris, are you going to the fair?
No, I'm not going to the fair.
My pubic hairs.
You fucking piece
Pubic
of
hairs
shit.
will be slick.
Chris doesn't like that
Oh,
fun.
I don't
with
have
us.
pubic hair right now. I accidentally shaved it.
I accidentally shaved it.
Whoops.
I was trying to get close, like a nice close grooming, and it got a little too close, so I just had to go for it. Look like a baby. Anyways.
Okay, guys.
Night, night.
I'm gonna stay
Stop
on
playing
the-
video games, Steven.
I'm trying to play this Fallout game.
I'm not playing Overwatch.
Good night.
Good night, guys. And with that, we're out.